Also, why'd you mute Shady? You're in this game.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I'm in Oasis Valley.
Oh,
Not this one.
My brain skipped to Sunday.
That's Sunday.
My brain skipped the entirety of this in all of this weekend.
Today and tomorrow.
It's because we have a similar cast.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true.
This entire
Actually, yeah,
weekend.
everyone that would be in this game is in here.
I did realize something.
Eating.
Are we
I
recording?
don't have.
Yes.
Are we recording? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Anyways, welcome back to shit. I almost said Oasis Valley. Brine and Tide, the D&D game. Very different settings. One is in the desert. This one is on an ocean world. Very different settings. Last time, our group climbed a mountain and dealt with one of the long-standing threats of Rondo Island, the great mutated primordial Anzu, the bird that was preventing people from escaping by air or seemingly by boat from the remains of various ships that you found in its nest, and actually an enchanted sail. And you all recuperating from the intense battle as you chased it up the mountain. The group, you rested as loot was inspected and semi-passed out, as well as a very large bird was butchered. Although, due to the extent of mutations, no one was quite brave enough to try eating it.
Yeah.
And you all leveled up with this milestone, completing one of the big objectives of escaping the island. And now you all get to decide what to do next. You have a large bell, the diving bell you were sent to retrieve, and as well as a fairly large Anzu egg that seems relatively close to hatching.
We were arguing extensively about what to do about the egg.
Oh yeah, level 7. You had to leave right before we leveled up. So yeah, everyone is now level 7, and I think you harvested a bunch of spines and feathers for arrows.
Indeed.
Good.
Yes, and what I
We
realized
can't move
was,
the egg.
you-
Moving the egg from the nest is hard. So we were like temporarily staying with the egg, weren't we?
We
you
also
had
you
decided that this nest was the safest place to get some rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can resume during the night if you all wanted, but we left off with everyone going for a long rest, and as Joanna said, due to this believed to be basically the apex predator of the island's nesting site, you would have an uninterrupted sleep. You did see some things, flying around, but you're way too high up to actually tell what any of the stuff was. But it still looked like everything was being cautious, not flying too high up. And you also got to see sunset from the peak.
Yeah, it was very pretty.
And actually, you'll be able to see the sunrise coming up the other side of the mountain.
Oh man, Ryan is awake for that shit.
So, yeah. Also, one thing that we should probably start off with: inventory. Y'all have gotten a lot of stuff.
That's true.
Yes.
Indeed.
And the things to ask before, because apparently we both forgot. Can I have another character sheet?
Oh no, I just never gave it to you yet. I have it ready.
Okay.
You just have to earn it.
What?
You just have to earn
Okay. All right.
it. Actually, so is there anything y'all wanted to do during the night, or want to resume with dawn and the break of day?
I'm good to start with the day.
I'm good.
Same.
Waking
So
up.
Yes.
Okay, so gear-wise, hold on, let me bring up. Why do I open so many tabs?
Lots of information at easy access.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah. So the Anzu, you found the bell, the sail, the helmet, the Seawalker's helm,
Mm-hmm.
potions, 4 healing or 3 healing and a greater healing. The Misty Step marbles, which I think Ryoko took.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
took
sounds
one.
right.
You also got the rest.
There was another Arum ingot, the Fire Elemental gem, Goggles of Dark Vision, and the quiver of 7+1 arrows. Y'all distributed that, but there was also other stuff, so I just wanted to make sure, because there were a few wands that got passed through, there was some other potions, various stuff.
Yeah. I will tell you what I have in my inventory. I just scroll to the top. 2 standard healing potions, which forgot from the Anzu because I used up level 7. All of the other ones. A red corundum, 1 marble of Misty Step, an elixir of health, which she will never drink. 2 ingots of Aurum, 21 beads of nourishment, a lockbox, a rope of climbing, 10 platinum pieces, a wand of the War Mage, medallion of Detect Thoughts, and I wrote down the Seawalker's helmet, but we put it in the bag of holding. And that's what I got.
God damn it, Discord.
Hello?
Discord just went completely blank for me again.
Ryoko has the whistle.
Still recording?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Yeah, Ryoko had the whistle. I'm just going through listing things. There was the boots of spider climbing from the tomb, which
Who
I
we
think
give those
Ryoko might have
to?
gotten.
Yeah. You think? TT?
I don't remember getting boots of spider kind. I remember getting boots of elven kind.
Nope, didn't have those. That might have been from a different game.
Yeah, you don't.
I
Yeah,
haven't
we
passed
gave you
those
the
out yet
Elvis.
this
We
game.
gave you the climbing boots.
Oh, I do have boots of spider climb on here. What? Did I get like a cloak
Yep.
of elven kind? That. Why are they on?
That seems likely. I distinctly remember a cloak of elven kind being brought up.
I must have just written boots instead of cloak.
I don't think there was a cloak. I don't
I
think
don't
there was
remember
anything
anything.
of elven kind.
No,
That might have been.
I
It might have
haven't-
been an
yeah,
item that I
haven't-
bought at the beginning of the game.
Oh, that's true.
Remember
You
we-
did
yeah.
spend your money. Yeah, Ryoko is one of the
Ah.
ones who actually spent her money before the game
Okay.
to get stuff. Okay, so that's that. There's the gauntlets of swift armor, and then which Corona you've taken.
What did I take?
The
Gauntlets.
The gauntlets, yeah.
gauntlets of swift armor, and then yeah, there were also 2 spell scrolls from there: the spirit shroud and anti-life shell.
One was given to, I believe, Ioane, and the other to White Hearts.
The scrolls. And there was a potion of speed. That's that from the tomb.
Don't remember where the.
I know
first
this is.
went.
I know this is riveting gameplay. We should have done this in live.
I'll tell you what I got. I got a breathing bubble, my boots. I remember buying those. I remember buying the breathing bubble. Burglar's pack, serpent venom poison, potion of healing, potion of water breathing, Tarbarus whistle, boots of spider climb, grave goodies, marbles of hidewell, 1 wand of cast darkness, 1 potion of resist acid, 6 gems worth 25 gold, and a bottle of infernal wine, and that's it. Oh, and some leather armor, and my weapons,
Mhm.
and an ivory serpent flute.
Yep. Oh yeah, from the trinket list. Let's see. Yeah, then there was a bunch of stuff you got from Gleaza, but that got mostly distributed. Oh yeah, group. Also, you have an immovable rod. Sorted torture implements, but I don't know if you kept those.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Vaughn,
someone
did
got
you
a-
keep those?
Yes, I have the bag of holding with the assorted torture implements.
There is also a wand of magic missiles, as well as the rope of climbing, which I think Ryan's been holding on to, or it might be in the bag.
I have the rope of climbing because my she's not very physical.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the wand of magic missiles.
Who took the wand of magic
I
missile?
think that's most. Yeah, because you found 4 wands so far. Wow, did I really give you that many? The wand of the war mage, the wand of web, the wand of darkness, and the wand of magic missile.
Well, only one of those is like non-consumable, so
I have wand of cast darkness.
Yeah, the darkness is basically the same stats as a wand of web, but it just casts darkness instead of web. Same amount of charges, but
who has
Okay,
the magic
so-
missile?
up to y'all. So
Guys,
I apologize to everyone for how boring this is.
I have no magic missile wand.
you're fine, Sarah. We're figuring out our stuff. Anyone remember who got the wand of magic missile?
Nope.
I mean, you could just say who wants it now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have much use for it, but I'll take it.
Me neither.
Wait, did we give it to Quiet Hearts since Paladin? Oh wait, no, you have Eldritch Blast.
I do not have the missile wand.
Right, I'm thinking of my old Paladin Warlock because up until he got Warlock levels, that was his only range besides boomerangs.
Yeah, I mean, I can take it.
Amon, was it you?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have it written down.
So
I don't have a
it's
lot of
up,
things written
it's up in
down.
the air for whoever wants it. You wanna shoot magic?
No.
Fine, I'll take the wand. It is
There
going-
you go, Paladin. Enjoy that.
don't- I don't shoot magic. I
I'm a fighter.
I throw sticks.
throw sticks. I throw sticks real good.
So okay. Yeah, so y'all can decide how you want to split up some of that stuff, like the helmet and such. But so the morning comes and whoever wants to be up for the sunrise, you just see this gorgeous, you just see the sky turning, lighter blue at first before the sun even shows up, and then you look out and it's just like that moment of where it just curves over the curve of the planet, and it's just all of a sudden everything's washing the sunlight, the sea goes glittering, and you see the island just suddenly illuminated, and it's, depending on whoever's up, it's a gorgeous sight.
Right, yeah. Ryan is up.
There's-
She's sitting on the cliff.
Scattered clouds.
Watching.
It's not completely clear, but there's like scattered clouds, and just seems like an idyllic morning. I use that word too much, idyllic.
Not really.
You're fine. Yeah, you're not doing an H.G. Wells of tumultuous. I love you, H.G. Wells.
Well, I did notice that in one thing that I was writing, I went back and reread it. I'm like, holy shit! Everyone just nods all the time during conversations. It's just like I need to change that little quirk of my writing. Anyways,
Yeah. Is anyone watching the sunset with Ryan? I mean, sunrise with Ryan?
Oh, I was on last watch, so I would be awake.
Okay.
there wasn't really a need for a watch, anyways.
Yeah, but we took
we
one
set
just
one
to
anyway.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pity.
She's just watching it silently.
Yeah. Hey, Toronto.
Uh-huh.
I've noticed you seem very interested in the frogs I create.
Don't worry about it.
What? Why?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Silently watches the sunset.
So,
Wow, he's goddamn it.
don't worry about it. She will not
Okay.
divulge that information.
You can't see the concern on her face.
The best thing for it would be for you to assume that she's scared of frogs and just never summon them again.
Oh. Man.
I was just moving back to the Anzu map.
Yeah.
So, yeah, actually, since you're on this is technically on the east side of the peak, you're all hit by the sunrise, and, wouldn't be long before the sun wakes you up unless you tucked yourself away nice, but...
I think we all just passed out in a circle.
Pretty much.
Have I had any more nightmares since the first one?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay, good. Time to wake up. She she makes the sound of like a little oh god, like a party popper.
Oh god, she's the worst.
Guys, we have
Stop
stuff
the
to do.
witch.
It's guys.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
It's time to wake up.
Is that your prestidigitation?
Yes. She's making loud sounds to wake people.
Ah!
Waking up the demon.
Ryoko does wake up, and she looks incredibly furious about it.
We have to figure out what we're doing. We have stuff to do.
She says nothing. She simply glares.
What? She shrinks. I just figured we should get moving before things find out that the Anzu's dead.
It's probably a good idea.
She shrinks from the glare and kind of shuffles behind Corrado.
working on it.
And she whispers to Corrado, I don't think Ryoko likes me very much.
She likes you, she just doesn't like being conscious.
That is true.
I can relate to that, like, in real life. I don't like being conscious either.
Yeah.
She's not moving. She is sat up. Her hair is frizzy. And, like, there's cowlicks around the horns. And she just has that bedraggled expression of a person who would really rather be anything but awake right now.
Ryan takes note of your messy hair and studies your hair for a second.
Let's
Opens
hope
her mouth.
Ryan doesn't literally interpret cowlick.
God damn it. She hasn't known
I mean-
that word yet.
I didn't say
Opens
the
her
word
mouth.
Gallic, I just
I
had
know.
them.
I know.
Opens her mouth, closes it, bites her lip. Ryoko,
Yes.
would you like some help getting your hair in order?
No.
Oh, okay. Speed walks away.
This is how I imagine she is right now.
I mean, yeah, that looks about right.
Yes, she speed walks away and sits by the edge.
Yeah.
That's what I was picturing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hate every
Oh,
second
so
of it.
I'm on.
I'm on. Yes. Hi.
I can't remember how many spines I said you were able to harvest, but if you wanted to roll for fletching, you can make some arrows. You want me to
Fletching.
do that during the night?
Yes.
I would say that I'd say you probably have proficiency with the Fletcher's kit, which would be Dex plus proficiency. I almost said proximity, but that's not right.
I don't know if that's.
Because
Okay.
you've got spines and feathers.
So proficiency is +3. So this would be a dexterity check. +3. That's 12.
Okay. You don't make. So it takes a little bit for like it took you a bit during the night to figure out how to work some of them, and you weren't able to get through your stack, but you've got like 6 of them, which mark them down as special. Just tell me when you use them next time, whenever you use them, but they should fly like a
Special.
regular arrow.
I have written them down in my inventory as 6 special Anzu arrows.
Okay. And you still have enough, to make some more. It's just with that roll, that was mostly just trying to figure it out over the night. So, but
Oh,
yeah. What do
I
y'all
feel
gonna
funky.
do?
Well, funky how?
Did you eat the bird?
I don't know.
Did you eat? Yeah. Did you eat any of the Anzu meat?
No.
No, I did not.
Can I insight that?
I mean, sure.
I mean, if you said I didn't, you didn't.
Yeah, insight you, Gray.
Sure, go ahead. Nope. We did
Well,
not.
funny hasn't been liking you lately, Nora.
No, it hasn't. Good lord.
Guzzlord?
Yes, good lord.
Ah!
Fuck. Alright. Well, we need to get going.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually,
Oh.
anyone wants? I think actually, Corrado, you'd probably be the most aware of this being your profession, but you did see Yoane tank quite a bit of lightning during the odds fight at the end there.
Might just be feeling the after effects of being hit by lightning.
Don't worry, it's only nerve damage.
Yeah. It's nothing, nothing that I can handle.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, we should probably get going.
The yawns are addictive. Stop it, everybody.
So are we still haven't solved this question. Are we having someone stick with the egg, or are we leaving it to whatever fate may befall it?
We'll just.
Yeah, that,
I think what we said is we just leave it be, and just tell the lizard folk about it.
We also need to bring the lizard folk their bell, which is the entire reason we're up
Yeah.
here.
So, I've got a lot of stuff in my bag. Who wants to carry all that?
Oh, I've got a bag of holding here. Just shove it in.
that's actually a good question. The egg doesn't need to breathe yet. Can it go in there? Can it fit
It would
in the
be
bag
too
of
big
holding?
the opening for the bag isn't big enough for it, unfortunately.
Okay.
Also, out of
Thank
character,
you.
eggs do need to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
No, she does that happens in character. She like is saying that stops. Oh, thank you.
I'm saying that for the benefit of
Yes.
people out there. Eggs
So-
have permeable shells. They can breathe. They need to.
Okay,
I'm
so-
gonna start transferring all of the body parts I've been
Oh my
keeping.
god. Oh god.
Okay,
Ray.
so all right. Well, that was something I wanted to see this morning. Sure. Listen, I think I am still voting that someone stays to guard the egg until we can get some other chumps to do it permanently.
Well, no, we're bringing the egg with us, and we're going to give it to the lizard folk.
How? Because I'm pretty sure we didn't know a safe way to transport it down the fuck off mountain.
Ioane is carrying it.
Yuan is
I
carrying
gotta carry the
bell.
bell.
Oh,
Yeah, we were brought up here for the bell, not the egg.
I'm sure the
Um,
egg can keep for until we get down the mountain. Just, I mean, if you're worried about it, just like cover it up with like some leaves or feathers.
does it look like there's a little nook we could safely put it?
Oh, I mean,
All right,
the whole.
I'm
There's
gonna
a-
make this choice for you. You guys are going down to deliver the damn bell and telling some people to come up here and get this egg, and I'm gonna sit here until someone comes up and takes care of it.
Wait,
All right, Mom.
wait. You're carrying the bell.
Yeah.
no.
How much pressure how much weight is that on you? Do you think you can spare more?
Looks at the bell.
Um,
It's pretty big.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. What do you think, Ioane?
If you're suggesting I also carry the egg at the same time,
I
I don't want that kind of pressure on me.
okay, fair.
I don't want to have to worry about making sure the bell don't crack no more, and also worry about the egg not cracking. If she wants,
Just for
if she's
fun.
volunteering
Just
to
for
stay
fun.
here.
I could stay here if Ryoko, you wish to go.
Ryoko's hoping to get more nap time.
Yeah.
And of the two of you, who can get down the mountain safer and quicker?
So, hold on. Just for the fun of it, I want people to do intelligence checks.
Boy.
Sure. I'm disastrous at this, but all right. Oh, 11. That's actually not bad.
Ahmad
That's-
is
oh
just
my
not having a good night.
Yeah.
This is hilarious that Ryoko is the one who has this idea because she's the one who doesn't want to bring the egg. Because Ryoko, you realize that like looking around this nest site, there is plenty of wooden materials to make a sled or a stretcher that you could comfortably fit both bell and egg on.
But did we come up some pretty sheer cliffs?
There was, but you also have I'm just gonna say, I'm just trying to make things a little bit easier on you. I'm not trying to like
We took
give the
the
answer
harder,
completely.
but more. We took the harder but more invisible, like
Mhm.
hidden
Yeah.
path. I imagine the
don't-
more open
Yeah.
one is easier to climb.
We don't have to worry
That would
about
be
the
going
giant
east
fuck-off
into the
bird.
island.
Oh,
Yeah, going east into the island would be an easier way, definitely, to get it down. But you would have to, if you did want to get to the lizards, you'd have to circumvent the island's base and pass through the swamp, or go north around the mountain. But yeah,
Okay, what would I have to
the
roll
Eagle
to make
Rod and
this
all
sled?
I mean, if does anyone have like a carpentry tools
No,
proficiency?
No.
I am good at. I'm good at nothing.
I can drive.
I mean,
water
what about
vehicles.
survival? Anyone got good survival?
I have fairly decent survival. Okay, I have a +4.
I've
But
got a 5 in survival.
All right, you knuckleheads, I got an idea on how we can make a fucking carriage for the egg.
Yeah, and Ryoko, you realize that if the inside of the bell was padded with, like, say, maybe that big old magic sail that you got, the egg would fit quite nicely inside the bell.
3 fur.
what's a knucklehead?
Type of sausage. All right. So here's my idea, and I begin relaying what my nat 20 intelligence check got me to figure out how to make a carriage for the egg using the bell and the sail in a way that allows us all to carry it, shoulder the burden of the weight, and get them both down.
I will help. I will help with aid.
Yeah, there will be a little bit of difficulty getting down some of the steeper areas, but you believe with everyone working together, Chronos flight, and not to mention you have magical equipment that would be helpful, you should be able to get down there once you get to it.
Yay. Do we need to make checks to build it, or can we just spend some time putting it together?
Yes. I'd
Okay.
like one person to make a survival check, and if someone's helping, do it with advantage.
Who has?
I have survival. It's a
I
5.
I can give
I
you
have
aid.
a 5 in
Yeah,
survival.
I think Amana and
Well,
Yoane have. Yeah, I think
One
Amana
of
and
you
Yoane
can
both have
aid
5s in
the-
survival.
One of you can aid the other, and then I'll slap you with guidance.
Dang.
2. Oh wow!
22.
I spelled that
Duddens.
terribly. How did I fucked it up so badly?
Duddens.
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 That's what you
Dun,
slap.
dun.
That's what you slap onto the guy with the dunce cap.
There we go. Just be anti-guidance.
It makes your rolls
Okay,
worse.
You just brought. I am horrible. I know I'm horrible at tangents, but you saying dunce cap in terms of D&D. I actually heard someone say they made a magical item where it was a dumb cap, where it was a dunce cap that would make your intelligence score go lower because it was specially made to infiltrate mind flayer hives.
Oh my god.
So they wouldn't notice you walking in.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's pretty great, actually.
The more intelligent you are, the more likely they'll attack.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just misremembering and think it'd be funny, but those caps have to be made out of like the D&D version of tinfoil. Myth foil. Anyways, okay, so yeah, it'll take a bit, but with Yuane's help and everyone chipping in, you make a nice little sled where you'll be doing most of the hauling and probably most of the braking, so it doesn't go trundling down the slope. But
It's a good
You're
thing
pretty
I have
sure you-
powerful build.
yep. So yeah, you're pretty sure that with it secured, with the ropes that you all had, and actually you do have like 50 feet of chain from the in the bag of holding or that glaze I had in the bag of holding, if you wanted to keep that from before. Yeah, with all that, you would have enough in these good rolls. You would have enough to secure it pretty well. Now it's just making your way down the mountain.
Yeah.
So
Away we go.
now, which way
Yes.
do you want to go? West? Oh, hold on. Let me put you back on the island map. So yeah, you're right where the arrow is pointing. You're up at the peak. So you can either go west to the village or the lizard folk village, or east further in, and like I said, you'd either have to go circle through the swamp to the south or try the unexplored area to the north to go back there, unless you want to go back to,
I'd
the
like
village, the survivor village.
to go to the lizard folk personally.
Yeah, is there any reason not to just go there? Just curious.
Aside from just we know less about that direction.
Yeah, well, we know nothing about this entire island.
But like we've traveled one
No,
way.
it was mainly just ease of getting down, because going west, it's a much gentler. Or the east side, towards the inner of the island, it's a much gentler slope, but it was more exposed than it was going out the east side with the ravine. But jeez, you know what I mean. The west side with the lizard folk.
We came up this way because it was easier to hide from the giant bird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's go down the easy way and then just head west.
Yeah.
Okay, it will take longer, but it'll be much easier to get it down the mountain. Okay,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so
I'd rather keep the egg safe.
going down. Let's do whoever's leading, except for Ioane, because you're stuck hauling the. Need perceptions and survivals. 2 each or 1 each with advantage.
Quiet Hearts will be in the back and doing the Overwatch thing. Making sure.
Go ahead.
Let's start with the survivals first. Whoever wants to guide you all down the mountain.
Since Ione is having fun carrying the basket, I'm on roll for survival. First good roll of the night.
I'll give it a go as well.
Okay.
Natural 20.
I've got.
Okay. And then perception.
What the fuck?
I am flying
Okay.
above everybody, so would that help with my perception?
Sure, I can give you aid
Yeah.
and point out things if from below.
Okay. It wouldn't give you like advantage, but it would, it would make the DC easier for you. Yeah.
Okay. And if everybody's alright with that, I'll roll the perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if Quiet Hearts is helping you, you can do that with advantage.
Okay. I'll roll one more time just to see if I get anything higher.
Unless you wanted to roll 2 Quiet Hearts. Not to.
This is fine.
Okay.
We win.
So. Going
course I got-
down the slope.
Yeah, it's just of course I got a natural 20 on the thing that I'm only decent at.
Mm-hmm. So going down the slope, it's much easier. You realize it's easier going down this way than the ravine had been, as it is a much gentler slope. There are patches of the jungle that creeping up it, but for the most part it's fairly open, and you realize that this would have been a much more blatant way for you to go, and the Anzu would have attacked you all on the slope. But going up it, or going down it, I should say. Brine and Amon, you are guiding, and Ryan, you actually managed to catch. You spot it distance away, so you're able to divert. But you spot what would have been a crevasse, fairly hidden, and thankfully, with Corano's help as well, you two managed to find a way around this without wasting too much time and potentially falling in. And you actually glance down and you do see what looks to be like this crevasse. It's not very big, but it's like 15, 20 feet deep in spots, and you do see what looks to be like old bones of animals that might have fallen in and couldn't get out. It just looks like part of the mountain cracked, being a volcano. But
Yeah.
oh,
nasty.
yeah. But for the most part, you managed to avoid anything that would have given you trouble. And Corano, like being up there, you realize that likely because of what used to nest just in sight up above, there is not many large animals that you can find tracks of. You do see what looks to be some smaller jungle deer that are sticking to the trees and very skittish about going out into the open, but that's about as big of a thing as you see. This mountain was very clearly the domain of that Anzu, and now that it's gone, who knows what's going to move in. And really the only other predators you encountered on this mountain were those phase spiders, and they had the benefit of being able to pop into another dimension.
Yeah, so they could avoid it.
Yeah.
But I'd say it actually, with those really good rolls, by about noon, because you left fairly early, you start getting actually, and with that good of a roll, you actually see a spot, Ran and Amon, that you can actually go north and cut off some time of what you were expecting. So you actually save some time, and by about 3 in the afternoon, I'd say, you get to the base of the mountains, like where these two split.
Okay.
You actually think you saved some time rather than following the path that you had plotted while you're further up. But yeah, it is now about midday. You probably need to take a break just because it's an extensive hike. But let's see, was there anything you all wanted to chat about while going, or go with the next leg of the journey?
Let's go see how Joanna is holding up with the carrying.
Oh yes, actually, Joanna, I want you to do just a Constitution check with advantage.
Very well. And I'm curious, it was like, wait a minute, isn't there a paladin in the party? No, wait, that's for saving throws, never mind.
Don't got that yet.
That's right.
The multi-class takes its toll.
That's a good thing, advantage.
Oh, dang, no kidding. Okay. So, yeah, you're fairly tired by the time you take the break at the base. You've taken breaks along the way. I'm sure not everyone can go all day, hours just marching down the mountain without breaks, but you're handling it pretty well. You're a big boy. And so yeah, you seem to be doing it fairly well. And the egg has handled it fairly well too.
Yeah.
I've hauled some big stuff before. And nothing I can handle.
The biggest thing you've lifted before?
Well, I wouldn't say lift, but, I mean, we've taken down some pretty big things that help drag them. But I don't really keep in mind what I've lifted.
Oh,
It's really easy to lift a
okay.
goblin, though.
What?
I would lift crewmates all the time.
Oh, I mean, have I seen a goblin yet?
Yeah, there were some in the village, but there was
Okay.
like a
They
small
don't
handful.
look like they'd be too difficult for you to pick up.
Yeah, no, that was the point.
Oh,
They'd asked me to throw them up on the riggings.
oh, that sounds fun.
Oh yeah, real blessed. Unless they, didn't catch.
Oh. Hmm.
It's not a big problem though. Goblins are kind of bouncy.
No, it's hobbits that bounce.
They do, actually. It's the funny part.
Have you ever? That's probably a bad question to ask. But never mind.
I don't bounce if that's what you're asking.
No. It's nothing.
It's more of a earth-shaking crash.
It's okay. You don't worry about it.
Okay, cool. Because I'm already worrying about this thing.
Yeah, fair.
Squeak.
Add a character. Oh shit! Was that a rat?
No, it was your plate squeaking.
Oop.
No, you're good. Yeah. Unless there was anything y'all wanted to chat about. This next part will be hauling this through jungle towards the west. So
Wait, let's go.
I need another set of survival and perceptions.
All right.
Well, I kind of want to ask if other people want to roll, just because it's always been either Ioane, Rayan, or Quiet Hearts doing this.
Yeah, I figured I would not be able to do any navigating.
Okay. Yeah. Currently, you're the cattle. You're the hall, or the ox. So Ryoko's doing perception. Who wants to do the survival to guide?
I don't have great survival.
Same.
If
Ryoka, how's your survival?
if
Not great.
if somebody would like to give me aid, I have a 4 in it because of just my wisdom.
Sure, I'll give you aid. 2 winged idiots trying to figure out the ground.
And I'll slap you with guidance just to be safe.
Is that good with
Well,
everybody?
for
Yeah.
guidance would have to be yourself for a long-term thing like this. But
Okay, fair enough.
That's kind of the balance I'm trying to go for guidance, since guidance is thrown around by so many people in so many games.
That's fair. I took it because I am bad at doing things.
Oh no, it's a very useful cantrip. But yeah, for like long-term stuff like this, unless you're the one doing it, I want to.
Gotcha, boss.
So yeah, gotta do survival with advantage if Quiet Hearts is helping you out.
Yeah, everybody's good with
We're
that?
both rolling.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Okay.
Ooh, 1 point difference.
Well, 1 point might be the 1 point that we need.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I think it's a 15 DC and they have a 14.
Amon, just roll a d10.
Oh boy, I get to roll the d10.
It was random. Okay. So, with Corona, are you still flying, or are you going back to the ground?
I'm flying over the treetops as much as I can. but
Okay.
enough to see
Yeah,
what's
it's-
going on below.
Yeah, you it would be probably flying a lot, like just under the canopy or like diving in and out because it is getting denser now that you're no longer on the mountain. So, but okay, so you are continuing along, and for the most part, it's fairly uneventful. There is a point where y'all sort of circle up because you hear something trampling through the brush, but then Kurono, you see charging right past the group without even a glance at the group. You just see a jungle boar just go bolting. Something spooked it, but I'll wait to see if maybe what was chasing it comes by, and after 10 minutes, no sign of it else. Just whatever spooked the boar spooked it, maybe. But after a while, you continue along, and nothing really happens. So, what are y'all doing during the walk?
Just up there
Just-
enjoying the fact that I can fly.
No Sky Tyrant today.
No Skytyrant today. Ryan is sticking close to the egg since she's not doing the one navigating currently.
So, what do you think we're gonna do after this little adventure's over?
Well, we need to take care of the thing in the bay.
Yeah, what thing is that exactly?
We don't know.
All right.
All we know is we
Yeah,
need the
you've
bell. We need the bell so everyone who's not able to breathe underwater can get down there.
Well, if there's ever something that bodes well on an assassination mission, it's not actually knowing who your target is and what they're capable of.
It might not be an assassination. If it might, we might need to, kill it. But it'd be nice if one of these times we could just work it out.
Yeah, it would be.
You don't think we will?
No, I don't think we will.
Of course you don't.
Yeah. You're getting an idea of my character.
Getting an idea of something.
Ryoko, it's about this point in the conversation that you realize that, like, you start noticing something in the kind of stretching between the trees, and because you've been on the lookout for similar refractions of the light after your experience the day previous, as you realize there's starting to be more spider webs just kind of stretching between trees or just up among the branches. And they seem like, when you look at them, they do seem like, while large for spiders, they seem mundane. But there's a lot of them in this area. You start realizing there's more spiders and it's getting denser.
Okay. So there's a lot of spider webs.
What?
There's a lot of spider webs all around us.
Hey, there is.
Yeah, and
That's
once Ryoko points that out, you start noticing them more. And Kurono,
Ryoko
you've actually-
starts to sink into her leather like assassin's gear. Like really starts to pull it tight around her skin.
Oh. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. We should just be
you're-
on alert.
You're shrinking in on yourself. You don't usually do that.
No,
mean-
we're fine.
Don't tell me there's more fucking spiders.
Yeah, I'm
Can
gonna
I-
I'm gonna dip below the trees once I hear this going on and look around and put
And
my
you get a
armor
face
back
full
on.
of spider web, or a beak. You get like a beak full of spider web as you dive through.
We're absolutely
through some-
fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my armor back on and get ready.
Ow! Just bit by this.
Examine the web. There's-
go ahead and
there's
make
a-
an investigate. Oh, make an investigation or a nature check, whichever one's higher.
Oh god, they're both bad.
I guess they're the same thing,
Yeah.
unless you're proficient.
Ha. Oh, okay. Fuck you. But thank you.
So, looking at it,
Wow.
it's you just start looking at these spider webs, and while they are fairly large to some of the spiders you've seen like around the village or in the other parts of the jungle, as far as you can tell, or like even using detect magic, they just seem to be mundane if fairly large and kind of sociable spiders. Not sociable with you, but like you see them like some sharing webs or like webs right next to each other. You actually do see, might be a little gruesome at first once you realize why these two are like clustered together, as you realize they're sharing a bird that got caught in a web.
Oh.
All I can imagine is there's a spider on a web and it looks down. You humans! Someone squish him!
Playing fucking romantic music.
Someone get the
with her-
big boot.
She looks like kind of excited. Oh, these are these spiders. They're working together. They're not like magic or anything, but they're just regular spiders. But they're working together. Look, this one. These two, they've caught Shift the Toronto. They've caught food together.
Hey, Douglas, you're the one who takes care of them. Shoo them out.
They're not magic or anything. They're just regular spiders. I don't
That's
think
good.
they should bother us as long as we don't bother them.
That's good. Just regular spiders. Just a lot of regular spiders.
That's all.
Yes, and I'd appreciate if you left them alone.
What the fuck?
As you hear a voice from up in the trees, as no one, or Ryoko's perception wasn't high enough to spot him.
Reagan jumps.
You see up in a tree nearby, kind of watching, you see at first like the glint of eyes, first two, and then it shifts and you realize that, oh, there's more than two eyes. As this humanoid figure, long limbs, just kind of unfolding itself, stretches out, that like lowers itself to a lower branch, and you see,
Arcana?
do a history check.
Oh god, alright.
People, if anyone wants to do a history check.
I would like to try, and I'm gonna guidance myself. That's a 13.
I have shit history.
I got a
Hey,
6.
Yoko.
This is a Spider-Man.
Nice, Ryoko.
If anyone else
Nice.
like quite hurts.
I'm pretty cool.
We want to roll.
I don't think White Hearts would have enough context.
Yeah, I have bad history, so
Brian has access to her book.
Yeah.
Elder God Survival
Yeah,
Guide.
Ryoko. Yeah, Ryoko. You see them, and I don't know how your reaction would be, but you immediately recognize it's an Ettercap.
Oh.
As they kind of lower themselves down, it's a vaguely humanoid, spidery figure. They do look like they are wearing what looks to be like homespun clothing, and
Oh.
you actually see like kind of crawling across it or perched on his shoulders. You see some more of these spiders.
Oh, I'm
And it's
sorry.
just-
We weren't. Right.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. We weren't bothering the spiders. I was just fascinated by seeing them work together. I've never seen anything like it. Like, it's like the people of the village working together, but with spiders.
And they're special. They come from my home, and they almost didn't survive the shipwreck either.
Oh,
I've been
you're
working hard to make them survive and flourish here.
you were
appreciate
shipwrecked
it.
too?
Yes.
Do you know there's a village of survivors
And
on the other side of the island?
we've met. And
Have you met?
actually, I would say, Ryoko, just with that good of a history roll, you know that while they very rarely leave the island, ettercaps are part of the accepted culture of the Selenar Dominion, which is majority elves, but there are quite a large amount of ettercaps that live among the Dominion as well on the giant island jungle that the Dominion is situated on, Selenar. They just very rarely leave the island. It seems they rarely seem to take to sailing because they don't. As far as you've heard, they don't swim. They're very bad swimmers.
Makes sense.
How is everybody's like body language around the spider person?
Tense, hand on weapon, ready but not doing anything.
Shrugs. Kind of looks like a Karkanos to him.
Still thinking about how that phase spider completely fucked her up. Ryoko is trying to minimize the amount of exposed flesh as much as possible. Well, I'm sure it's a fascinating story how they got Ettercap onto a boat, but we're just trying to make our way through, so we'll just be going.
Yeah, we're just going through. Looks at raises an eyebrow. So her one eye at Ryoko. Yeah, we're just going through. We're trying to get to the lizard folk.
Oh, the moon scale, yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Do you have a name?
And they kind of are silent for a second before there's just this little grumble, and they go, "Mm. Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have I done something wrong?
No, it's just this language is not comfortable. They called me Tama. They just called me Tama.
She starts talking in deep speech. Like, is this better?
They don't have eyelids to blink, but if they did, they'd be blinking in confusion. There's no recognition.
Her
But
shoulders
they go.
slack.
They say, you can call me Tama. Tama.
Tama. I'm Ryan. These are my companions.
It's nice
Hello.
to meet you.
So, did you train these spiders, or are these just like a kind of spider you know, or?
And while they're still like perched up on the branch, not ledge, they kind of just tilt their head at you curiously, and they're like, "No, these are domesticated. We raised them on the island for their silk." And they like kind of like gesture at the clothing they're wearing.
That's fascinating. I've never seen domesticated. Well, I haven't seen much domesticated anything, but. What were the
Actually,
things at the
Roko,
village
you would
called?
know that.
Ioane? Or were they back at the village
there were-
sea cows?
Oh yeah, there were the sea cows. They had some chickens.
You don't domesticate chickens, just chickens domesticate you.
Right,
Well, that's frightening.
Depends on the chicken.
Yeah, I've seen domesticated sea cows. But that's really interesting. These webs are so big.
Lots of things flying around to feed them, so while it is not home, it is good enough.
Well, you could. Do you work with the Moonscale or the Shipwreck Village at all?
I sometimes trade silk with the lizards for other supplies. Fish is tasty, but I don't like fishing, so.
Has the Anzu given you any trouble?
there's this like aggressive chittering noise from their mandibles just their fangs just click and they go. It took me several seasons to regrow my arm after the last time I encountered it.
Ooh. Ooh. It took your arm?
Thankfully, that was all it took. It didn't appreciate a mouthful of web, so.
Well,
Shouldn't have to
She
worry about
looks
that
to the-
anymore.
yeah. We killed
It
the
seems
Anzu.
to perk up at that. Really?
Yeah, Amon, can you show some of the arrows?
I can do you one better, he says,
Yeah,
reaching
like-
into the bag of holding and pulling out a hunk of Anzu meat.
Oh! Rayan's face goes green. Rayan's whole body goes green and she twists around away from it.
not like turning green like a person turns green, but green like an octopus turns green.
Yeah, exactly. when she feels strong emotions, her whole body changes colors.
Amon will actually pass it to the man in the spider tree, like, here, a sign of good fortunes. I can promise you
know.
this one is mostly uncontaminated.
I don't know if that's a good idea. The Bonzo was pretty
We made sure that we didn't put the bad meat in the bag.
Wait, you said you didn't eat any.
When
It's not hard to
Come
tell
on.
when there's color differences. Yes.
Amon, as you like kind of have this conversation with Rayan, all of a sudden you feel like a tug out of your hand, and you look back and your hand's empty as the spider cap is up there, and everyone else saw it. You saw them shoot out like a little web from one of their head, like Spider-Man-esque actually. I'll just say it.
Yeah.
And yank the meat up, and it's just like running its hands over it, and before it drops it to the ground and goes, it smells the same.
Yeah, but it was pretty heavily affected by the primordial tide.
Well, yeah. So the primordial tide, when something's corrupted, it has a literal change of meat where the meat texture goes from a bird or a land critter to a fish.
Amon,
Yes.
I appreciate it, but I really do not want to hear about what happens to me.
Oh, there's a difference. This is the good
I understand.
Stuff.
I will take
I can
your
bring
word
out.
for it. No, I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to hear the details of it. It's fine. I just don't know if I trust you eating that either way.
No, it'll probably be fine.
No, okay. Anyway, moving on. Visibly uncomfortable. We killed Yanzu. It's safe now.
Oh, that is good news.
So, in case no one else asks, do you got like directions?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good question.
You say you're going to visit the moon scale.
Yeah.
You are on the correct path. The easiest way is to follow the edge, the base of the. I had a voice for him, and then I just lost it more. Whatever.
Hey, that happens.
You are on the right path. You follow the base of the mountain, and eventually you will see there's carved logs that would guide you.
Oh,
But
okay.
just keep walking. If you do find yourselves lost, keep walking until you find the coast. You should be able to find them, or they will find you.
Okay. I could probably signal to the moon scales when we get closer.
And
Is
they
it-
kind of. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I just is there any? Are we going to be in danger of damaging any of your webs going this way?
They're
What-
trying to keep out of walking paths and in trees and branches. Well, not trained, but no, not to block paths.
Okay.
Just if you and they kind of like glance at you. They don't really have a neck to like turn their head, so they kind of like their whole body kind of shifts as you see the two front eyes. It's kind of like a jumping spider arrangement where there's two large central eyes with smaller eyes positioned, and you can tell just from the way the shadow or the light reflects in them. Ryoko, it glances at you and it goes before looking back more to towards the group and says, "If you are, perhaps I should guide you around some of the bigger ones. They can be territorial."
Yeah, I prefer not to harm them.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be preferable, yes.
Thank you very much.
And
Tama?
they give a shrug.
Oh, okay.
Either works. They kind of they look back to you, Amon, because they saw you pull out that hunk of meat, and they go, "Did you harvest other pieces of it?"
Yeah, I got a couple. What you looking for?
Be willing to trade if you were able to get, well, the moon scale loved them, but if you were able to get some feathers, I'd be willing to trade. The feathers
Well,
are perfect for designs and others such things.
how many feathers did I grab? Any feathers?
You and Yoane were able to get what, like basically like depending on how much you wanted, like several pillowcases full of feathers of just like the downy type feathers, and I think you got I can't remember what I said.
There was a lot.
But you did, yeah. Like some of there was a more limited amount of like the actual flight feathers. Those ones were bigger and more delicate, but yeah, there was molted feathers or feathers you could have shredded off of it. Yeah, you've got feathers.
Amon will reach into the bag and pull out a sack that has the downy feathers. He's like, I got these soft ones. Want some soft ones?
And they this time descend from the tree, and they're kind of hunched, but as like when they get down to the ground, their position, their posture is very hunched and almost kind of knuckle walking, sort of like a gorilla. But when they're lowering themselves down, you realize this person is very tall. Probably if they stood up all the way, probably close to Ioanne's height, but very skinny in that spider way.
If it was literally anybody else, they'd probably be concerned. Amon's just like, oh, hey, another person. They're all taller than me.
But like hunched over, they're like closer to like a normal person's height, or well, taller than a Trudon still. But
I love yourself.
Why, thank you. It is my one pride in this world. As they're like looking through this pouch, or they like look to you, Amon, and like, may I? They like try to inspect it.
Sure, go ahead, take a look.
And they're looking at it, goes, and they like chitter something, and it is a language none of you would recognize, but they're basically speaking Ettercat to themselves as they're looking through this bundle. I goes, if you would be willing to trade me this, I believe I have something that your group would find useful.
Sure.
If you don't mind a small detour back to my hut.
Okay, sure. Like, genuinely, Amon is just like, yeah, I trust this guy. I got
Wait,
no
what
vibe.
are their pronouns?
No one's asked.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, Tama?
They're still like like sifting through the feathers.
I don't know if your people use them the same way, but what do you I don't know how to word this. Are you a boy, girl, neither?
Are you a boy or a girl?
Looks you dead in the eyes, spider.
This is your rival. He's been your rival for years. What's his fucking name? I don't
What's his
remember this.
gender?
He's my grandson. What's his shit's name?
Oh yes, Bonafide.
Yes. Ah,
That is
yes.
douche
My
nozzle.
dear grandson, Dick Fart.
Oh, Dirt Nugget. That's right. Give me a Dirt Nugget.
That's not my name, Grandpa.
Oh, Dirt Nugget. You're always a
Nonsense.
jokester.
Tofu.
You see, why would Red ever lie to me?
Well, he's your rival. He's gonna know your name better than anybody, Dirt Nugget.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Which are you?
And they kind of they don't frown because their face is just fangs, but they go. I am not an egg layer, if that's what you mean.
Oh no, that's not what I mean. I don't like which feels right. Which do you go by? Which is the one you like most? I guess.
There's like another shrug, and it goes. That is something the elves worry about far more than we spiders.
That's fair.
The spider.
I guess. She looks a little sheepish.
Yeah, I will say that since Ryoko, you had a good history check, you know that from the size, is probably a male because female ettercaps you've heard are fairly large, like actually like muscular, like ogre muscular.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry, and
Ah, twink.
she pinks a little bit.
Yeah, not every species has a concept of gender, kid.
I would argue that male ettercaps strike me more as a Gomez kind of physique.
Yeah, and you actually see now that they came out of the shadows of the tree boughs and a little more into the sunlight, there is actually a surprising amount of color to their exoskeleton. Like the silk is fairly muted, like the silk clothing is fairly muted colors. Probably not many dyes. They probably don't do dyeing much, but it's kind of not quite peacock spider flamboyant, but still jumping spider flamboyant. You know how the males are usually more colorful.
Yeah. She wants to comment on it, but now she's not sure if she should.
But the pouch kind of zip it close and kind of just stick it to their belt, which you realize is even more just thick silk. But there's no loops. It seems like whatever, like there's like a few pouches and like what looks to be like maybe a hunting knife at most that are just, rather than looped onto the belt, they're just stuck to it. And they motion. They go, this way. My hut's not far.
Okay.
You see webs bigger than these as they kind of like drag a claw across one of the webs, and there's like the faint humming sound. It doesn't break the webs. It's almost like strumming a guitar strings. It's just very gentle, and they go, anything bigger than these, don't touch. They get hungry and territorial.
Oh. Do you know anything about the phase spiders?
They immediately turn around and goes, "Did you encounter any?"
Yes.
I've been
tried to-
trying.
Huh?
Oh no, they motion for you to go.
Oh, they tried to kill us.
Yes, they are quite tenacious hunters.
Well,
I've been trying to track down their den to see if I can perhaps raid the nest and tame the next generation, but
well,
hard
she'll
to
describe
tell.
she'll describe where we found the trio. I don't know if that's their nest, but it might be close.
Yes, actually, it might be. They like to hunt near their nesting sites, but these ones seem to reposition themselves. Well, they reposition themselves in between clutches to be, unless they find a very good hunting spot.
And could you imagine if there was just like a swarm of baby face spiders that came out after the big ones?
Jesus Christ.
Fascinating.
And as they're walking, they look to you, Amon. You seem like you harvest your prey quite a bit.
Oh, yes.
The phase spiders, if you encounter more and they die when they attempt to hunt you, harvest the spindle. It is quite valuable.
Spindles of phase spiders. I don't think I have one
They-
of those.
Unless
Yeah, we
you
did-
study them, you would not know of it. It is the organ that lets them jump between planes.
Oh.
Well,
That's right.
it won't work when they are dead. Harvested, they can be utilized for many uses.
I can imagine.
Also, their eyes and their exoskeleton also very useful. Their venom is potent, as kind of turns and looks back at the group, kind of again at Ryoko, who's been reacting, because although it seems you all have some experience with that.
I didn't get bit, but some people did.
Yes, some people did.
It is quite potent if you refine it. But here we are. As you've been walking, it's been the spider webs have been getting denser and denser. Like you see more of these.
Are we talking like Mirkwood levels?
Not quite. But it's these are a type of giant orb weaver, just for visualization looks for these spiders, and they're kind of they've kind of got that spiny look that some orb weavers do, but these are bigger than any of the spiny orb weavers that are actually around. But you do start seeing some more webs, and you realize that Tom has been leading you through this path that it's just barely big enough for you and the sled with the bell, but it guiding you through this little path that weaves through hot weaving through these bigger webs. And while you don't see any larger spiders, you realize that these would have to be fairly sizable spiders to spin webs and silk this big. But with Tama's guidance, none of you become ensnared. And getting out into a small clearing that it is just ringed with spider webs, just Florida canopy, just spider webs up and down, almost like silk walls, just covering circling this clearing, and you see what looks to be like probably was a fairly large tree, but died quite some time ago and snapped about 20 feet up in the mast, but it's about like almost 10 feet wide, and seems that it's been like a large hollowed out stump that you see, well, like a few lanterns, and it's clearly this Ettercap's home that they've built on this island far from their own home. And it looks like a large hollowed out stump turned into a home with spider silk ropes and fat or branches on top, kind of shielding it from view from, you would assume, the Anzu that flew by near. Jeez, I'm suddenly stumbling over my words. But yeah, Thomas says, "Wait here a second. I will be back in just a moment." And they clamber up and disappear into one of the holes in the side of the large stump, and you hear a little bit of rustling around inside.
They seem nice.
Yeah. It's nice to meet other species who are more carnivorous.
What?
Oh, right. I can't really eat plants. Like, I can a
Oh.
little bit, but, like, for the most part, I can't. It gives me terrible indigestion.
You do, yeah. Leafy stuff, you have trouble digesting. Fruits and stuff is easier, and you enjoy a good fruit now and then. But yeah, your diet is mainly meat.
Fruits, maybe the occasional soft potato,
Oh.
and meat. Yeah, these Amon will grin at you, almost kind of like a grimace grin. Like, these aren't for show, but I am in polite society. I can't exactly behave like I'm at home. Imagine if I was going after every frog I saw. Ugh.
Wait,
How rude of me.
what?
Chrono is going to actually reach out and kick you in the back of the knees.
Wait, why would you go after frogs?
And you hear Tama go, "Because frogs are delicious."
What?
As they come shuffling with a bundle under one of their arms. Oh.
I'm horrified. Why would you eat frogs?
It's a deep, deep sigh.
Like, they kind of glance at you, Corrado, and then back and goes, I don't think I'm the one to have this conversation with you, but here, and they kind of unfold what they were carrying, and it is what looks to be like a shirt, like this really thick silk shirt. Not very colorful at all. It's mostly gray and browns. I know it'd actually be all gray. There wouldn't be brown. But it goes. It takes a while for these to be made, but the lizard folk trade handsomely whenever I manage to make one. But you all probably would appreciate this, and they hand over a spider silk shirt, which is a light armor, and hold on, I wrote this down. No, where'd it go? Sorry. It is a pale gray shirt of thick spider silk. It is considered light armor and can be worn under regular clothing and still give the benefit of AC 12 plus dex.
That's better than my current, which is not much, but still.
You do need light armor proficiency. That's the
Oh,
only
God.
thing. Actually, no. Wait, no. No, actually, you don't need it. Because
Oh, okay.
right, this is made for like wizards and stuff. Like wizards can wear this too.
I do have light armor proficiency. Could I feel it?
And they hand it over, and it is a very light, very silky smooth, and it's just very soft. And it's lighter. It feels lighter than it looks like it should, because it is fairly like thick material compared to like the silk clothing he's wearing or they're wearing.
She like feels it. This is really soft.
This will be a fine trade.
Do you have any other things that you've made?
Oh, I've got rope. I've got fishing line. And they kind of trail off. They go, well, the Anzu's no longer around. Maybe this will work. I've been storing up sheets, but perhaps thinking of making a balloon to try and float out of here.
Oh. Ioane, do you need fishing line?
Sorry, what do I need?
Do you need fishing line?
Or, I guess.
I mean, you don't. I'm not saying you need it. I was just wondering. Feel how soft this is, and she holds up the shirt for you.
Is nice.
Is fishing line something you might find useful?
I'm more of a harpooner than a fisher.
Oh, okay. I guess that's up to you then. I was just wondering if it was, something you could use. She hands the shirt. She hands the shirt back reluctantly.
No, it is yours. I'm taking these feathers. The shirt is your group's.
Yeah, it's yours. You need it.
She hands it. Wait, what?
You need it. It's yours.
Are you sure? You could use it.
I don't think I could wear it and wear my armor. I could wear clothes, but I could not wear my armor.
Oh.
Yeah, its effect doesn't stack with any armor besides like shields.
That is in character. Like she's like.
You are squishy. And like put like just like a little hand slap on the shoulder, like you are squishy.
She rubs her shoulder. She rubs her arm.
Wait, Rayon has a crab hand, right?
Yes.
It was specifically the crab hand shoulder.
Okay, if it's the shoulder, it's still skin. The crab hand is more like her lower forearm and her hand.
An attempt was made.
Yeah.
Squishy.
I'm not squishy. I'm not good at not getting hit by things.
Yes, it was a pleasure to meet you, Thomas. Thank you for the trade. And Amon will bow.
They give this courteous bow themselves. It looks a little awkward with their positioning, but you realize it's probably an elvish gesture.
Yee.
Ryan tries to mimic the bow.
Tama goes, well, you know where I live now, so if there is other trades to be made or other news of the island.
I don't think I can't think of anything else.
We will let you be informed when we have information.
Good. Perhaps if you did something if you did something about the Anzu, perhaps you can do something about that thing in the water.
Have you had the nightmares too?
Yes.
Did it talk to you?
Not that I recall.
Oh,
Just
it talked to somebody, and we figured that that's probably significant. She does
I
not
have never
say it was her
encountered
this
anything
time.
like this. Yeah, and they kind of like they kind of do this thing, or like kind of, you know how like some people like stroke their beard in thought. It's them, but
Yeah.
doing that to their like fang mandibles. Like and never encountered anything like this, but things that work in Dream usually to compel things against their will. Those need to be ripped out and eliminated usually.
I wish we could work things out once with words.
My advice, if there is something that steals the will of others, any negotiation with it just opens you up to your own theft.
I know.
The
Something that
Empire was quite fond of twisting things to their will, and it is good that it fell. This thing needs to die as well.
Well, it was very nice meeting you. Your your exoskeleton is very nice. Has very nice colors.
That is quite kind of you to say. Thank you. Your exoskeleton is curious but fascinating.
She looks at her hand. Her hand. Yeah. I guess.
What are you gonna say, Amon?
No, I was just going to say thank you for your trade and thank you for your time. And then he's going to start walking out in case if Ryoko has an aneurysm.
Yeah, how's Ryoko doing in this spider's den?
I mean, Ryoko is like, she's a big girl. She's able to like keep her fear under control.
But how uncomfortable do you look?
She's so fucking uncomfortable.
Aww.
Especially because you guys had a very long conversation about the fucking thing that almost killed her.
Yeah. Imagine having a conversation about something that fucks with somebody. Anyway.
So.
Yeah, way to go.
Yeah. So you have met Tama, the Ettercat hermit of the island.
I like them a lot.
Yeah, out of the character, I like spider characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured. Yeah. So.
As we're going.
They.
You first.
Yeah, no, they just like wave. Well, they'll guide you back out of the little web maze to back closer to where you first encountered them. And yeah, so you're able to resume your trek towards the lizards.
I'd like to take some time to put this on when we can. I think we can do it like that can wait until we like stop for the day, I guess.
Squishy.
And she like absentmindedly itches a bit at where you poked her earlier.
Squishy. I just find her.
Not
Squishy.
I'm not squishy.
There's no shame in being squishy.
There is no shame in being squishy.
I'm not though. I'm not good at like getting out of the way, but I'm not squishy.
Amon will poke you in a soft part of the flesh and be like, "This is not exoskeleton, therefore you are squishy."
Well, yeah. Well, I, I, I'm. Mm, I'm tougher than like some of you.
There's just the look.
Hey,
Fight,
just
fight,
because I
fight.
can get just because I can't get out of the way doesn't mean I'm not like tough.
No, I'm not saying you're not tough. I'm just saying you're squishy.
You're squishy.
I am
That's why he
aware.
wears armor.
I am aware of how squishy I am. A lot of the blood came out last time.
Yeah, those feathers fucking hurt. I don't like being hurt. It's bad.
One of the toughest fuckers I ever killed was Squishy. Fucking wizard.
What?
Yes. So when it comes to people of our take a second profession, there are several kinds. Casters who have magic powers usually can't cast magic in armor. Not always, but most of the time. Jokingly,
Okay.
we call it squishies. You're a squishy. You need more armor.
Folds
mean-
her arms.
I don't see what's so bad. I mean, Krakens are squishy, technically.
True.
Are they? I guess
And
they are.
octopi.
Yeah.
Well, they don't got much hard bits. They're just really buff.
I guess you're right.
Seth,
The
Seth
hard
will-
parts of a kraken are the beak, the
Probably the hooks.
the beak, the hook,
the hooks, and the cuttle bone.
Mantle.
and then depending on how you're rolling, mythologically accurate versus biologically accurate, whatever extra bits you want to put onto them.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they are. I'll just say they are not like 1-to-1 giant squids, but they are mostly squid.
Okay.
Especially the lesser krakens, like the one Yoade hunted for his tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
You want to? Rayans does again absentmindedly start itching.
I couldn't turn into a were-truden.
No, she itches off some flakes of dead skin.
Quacking. But yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with being squishy. I'm just squishy, so I wear the good stuff, he says, patting his breastplate, so that I don't die. This does not stop me from dying. As you saw, I can go a little kooky when it gets to fights.
She
Like, looks to the egg, looks back. Kooky.
has a look of like thoughtfulness on her face. Ah. Hmm.
Besides, since we're friends now, I need to come up with fun jokes. Friends have fun
Well-
jokes between each other.
They
Squishy.
do? Is that a friend thing?
I don't know.
And like Amon looks to Ryoka for a bit, just kind of like more sad pity
Oh my god.
than anything else. Like, and then just kind of shakes it off for a second. It goes back to Ray, and it's like, yeah, friends can do jokes and have nicknames and fun stories and nearly die together. It's how you make friendships.
Okay. I haven't had friends before now, so Oh, wait, I almost forgot. You thought I forgot. You eat frogs?
Damn it.
Kid, everyone eats something, and that means everything gets eaten.
I know, I get that, but like,
I have eaten frogs before, yes.
I've been eating plants because I feel bad eating things that were alive.
Well, what happens when you meet
Okay.
a plant that can talk? Because there are those.
Then I wouldn't eat
Amon.
them.
So, Amon,
Yes.
I'm just gonna say that specifically, you have eaten frogs, and frogs have tried to eat you because there are some big
Now-
ones on Gardinia.
Now, to be fair, Rain, I operate on a policy: if it's tried to eat me, it's okay for me to try to eat it.
I guess that's fair.
There's a frog.
Wait,
There's a frog on my homeland that's as big around as Iona's big around.
she narrows her eyes. If something wants to eat you, you're allowed to try and eat it.
Allowed and encouraged.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
don't
it
like
also-
that train of thought.
Well, so this is where we get into interesting dichotomies between different surviving civilizations after the Great Flood. I can't really eat most plant-based matter. Fruit's usually okay, but like you can't just eat fruit. So in order to get like most of my needed minerals and dietary requirements, I have to eat meat, which means I have to eat other things.
I
Just
get
the way
that.
it is.
I
Yeah.
And
don't
again,
have-
it's not like plants are harmless because there are plants that can talk
I
and
know.
move.
And eat you.
I mean, I kind of like to see one that could talk. That sounds really unique. But
But they
like,
find it really offensive, and everyone's like, "Yeah, I don't eat anything that's alive," and then they're eating their kin.
I mean, okay, that's not the same. I don't know if that's quite the same thing. Like,
Ah.
there's a difference. There's a difference between eating you and eating a squirrel.
Well, you're saying there isn't when it comes to eating a frog.
What? I mean, I didn't say that. I like.
So that's fair. Frogs are wonderful creatures and adorable and delicious.
Ribbit.
Whoa! Did you hear that? Was that in game? Sarah?
Yes.
Was
You're
that
in a
game?
jungle. It's starting. You're in a jungle. It's starting to get darker. You're hearing frogs in the distance.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so to clarify, Rayan, so my ancestors, the ancestral species of the Troodon, were small undergrowth carnivores. We specifically preyed upon lizards, frogs, small mammals, fruit, and whatever else we could get our claws into.
Look, I don't. I
I
understand.
mean, a giant bug tried to eat Ryoko.
Yeah, I understand. You need to eat what you need to eat to survive. I get it. I understand. I didn't think about frogs being on that list.
Oh, that's the sad fact. Everything's on that list to somebody.
Oh.
Scath
It's
is
a
not here,
circle of
Look,
void.
Ryoko, I know, all right. I've eaten more stuff than you can imagine. All right.
No,
I get it,
no,
I
I'm
know.
eating some pretty rancid shit.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
sure you
amusing
have.
that it's amusing that Scath is not here because it just means that this whole talk about whether or not to eat frogs and Kuroto's just silently fuming.
How would you feel if I told you I'd eaten tieflings?
I mean, a little bit disturbed and fearful for my own life, but I mean, I get it.
I haven't.
It means there's less tieflings in the world, and that's apparently a net positive.
Oh. Whoa, okay. I don't know how to talk to you sometimes.
Yeah, people tell me that a lot.
Do you not like me?
And Ryoko frowns, like, because she doesn't want that to be the impression she's giving off. She's like, "No, kid, I like you. Your innocence is charming. I'm just not a good person."
I'm not innocent, and I don't know if I'm a good person, but
Yeah, well, I do know that I'm not. And it's just kind of my nature to be, unlikable. So, don't take it personally.
I don't dislike you. I just feel like you dislike
Well,
me sometimes.
No, I like you just fine, kid. I'm just sort of casually awful. It's nothing to do with you. I mean, the rest of them have noticed it.
Yeah, but you didn't tell them about what genocide was.
Yeah, because they know.
That's not a lesson they needed.
Hey,
I'm back.
give her a break. Yay.
You missed
To be
all the
fair,
frogs.
I feel like you're the one who brought that subject up. I just gave you an answer.
Yeah,
Scappa.
you brought it up, but I didn't see what it was.
What did I
Did
miss?
Scappa just get back? About, like, the entire time you're gone, it's been talking about whether or not it's okay to eat frogs and discussing dietary needs between the
Restrictions?
party.
Yeah.
So it's just like I actually said this while you're gone. It's just like it's so hilarious that this whole conversation about whether or not to eat frogs is going on while Corotto's just silently fuming in the back, just listening.
That would be what she was doing.
And like,
Look,
Okay, you know what? So, okay, fine. Wrong of me to tell you what genocide was. Look, I know objectively that you're supposed to shelter the youth from the horrors of the world, but I don't know how you do that because no one ever did that for me, and I've never seen someone do it to the youth because I generally try to stay away from them because I'm a corrupting influence. And I'm sorry that we keep being like in a group together, and I'll keep my mouth shut when you ask a perfectly innocent question because I get it. Do you know what? Good life lesson. Don't listen to the tiefling. Listen to the paladins. Listen to the samurai. He's got an honor code. That's a good thing for a strapping young youth to have. Listen to the other ones. Just don't ask me questions. I'm bad at it.
Ryoko,
Hey, you know what we need? We need some scouting ahead. The rest of you can talk about frogs. I'm gonna go just do a little perception. And Ryoko stalks ahead a bit.
Around too. Yeah, actually, some perception checks and or survival checks. Well, not and might be good. I will say that whoever wants to do survival. Well, Ryoko, since you're the one leading ahead, if you wanted to do it, you could do it with advantage, since you did technically get directions from Tama.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so I got a 20. Yeah, I can imagine. That was a little traumatic ending of that conversation.
Yeah, so... oh yeah, no, go ahead and roll a survival with advantage also.
Do I have to do it?
I mean, you're the one who went ahead.
Well, okay. Well, let's see how this goes.
It's a good thing you had that advantage.
Jesus Christ.
No, I mean, well, that's good because you had advantage from Tama's direction.
Yeah.
I do want to know, when you stalk forward, Rayan's skin kind of grays.
Yeah, everyone else would notice that.
Yeah, she wears her emotions on her body, so...
What exactly was said about these fucking frogs? Now I need context.
So,
Okay.
so what happened, Carano, was that I almost got away from talking about the frogs because I kept on bringing up the fact that we were friends and that currently the new nickname for Rayan is Squishy. And then we got on the topic of frogs, and I think with everything that's been happening, Ryoko's had some buttons pressed and needs some
Ryan asked if
space.
Ryoko likes her.
Oh, this is in character.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, and then like, but you know, Rayan, she doesn't get all of the emotional stuff yet. She's learning, and I kind of tried to walk head first into a minefield of emotional damage. On the other hand, I think we can eat frogs now.
She's gonna look down at
Clearly
you
the
and
lesson
go.
to take away from.
She's gonna look down on you and go, "Yes, that was the important part of that conversation."
We can eat frogs, but dear God, at what cost?
Yeah, Rain is now drifted to the back, even behind Quiet Hearts.
They'd probably slow down, so at least you're relatively close.
Yeah, what was Iwata and Quiet Heart's reaction to all that? I know you were gone for part of that.
Just staring, because like, what is this now?
At some point, I'll sit down with Rayan and kind of try to explain what I think is going on with Ryoko. But like, I also can't know because it's not like Ryoko's told us her life story. And at this point, it would be rude.
I'm getting the vague feeling that it's not that she doesn't like Rayon.
It's that she hates herself.
Yes, which is hard to explain to somebody who literally has no memories of anything.
Yes. Allegedly.
She
Kurano
can't hear you.
Kurano looks over, like into the middle distance, and goes, "Yeah, allegedly." And her voice is actually very worried.
Oh boy.
If I may, I think Rayan has more memories than she's letting on, but she's learning a new perspective. So, as long as you don't tell anyone, I'm not gonna tell anyone, and we just make sure she doesn't eat anybody in their sleep.
That seems to be honest, even if she is what I suspect that she is, and what the cultists suspect she is, she's trying.
Yeah, and that's what matters.
It's more than we can say for whatever's in the bay.
Yeah.
Do not point out that I just rhymed there, because I will punt you.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Just wanted to make that boundary known.
So, Ryoko, as you're up ahead of the party, you put some distance, and I guess it is kind of like refreshing to like go into your, I guess just to get a little time away from the group at least. But
It is so refreshing to go into like assassin thief mode and just do something solo and not have to think about yourself in the context of like other people.
Yeah, and would you be going stealthily? Well, no. Yeah, actually, would you be going stealthily or just?
I would absolutely be going stealthily because, like, I've been on this island long enough to know what things can fuck me up here. So there's a swiftness, but there's also like a reasonable amount of caution.
Okay, so go ahead and do a stealth check. Okay. And... Very good. So you're going along, and you actually find what looks to be maybe like a like an old hunting path, or you know another one of those paths, just like animals, like just constantly walking through a jungle or forested area makes. And so you're going along, and you hear up ahead, like around a bend, through around some cluster of trees. You hear, I mean, there's trees everywhere, but you hear what sounds like a couple of figures walking. It sounds like humanoid footsteps, and it's with that perception, sounds like almost like shuffling, not like zombie shuffling, but like people lazily dragging their feet but still walking. Do you want
Curious.
to approach?
Yeah, I'm gonna cautiously approach. Try to
Okay.
stay hidden.
And it'll be a little bit before the party catches up, but gotta step off the side of the road, and because it sounded like these figures were coming in your direction, and with that stealth, these figures don't spot you as a group of 4 lizard folk kind of shuffle past down this path in the direction that the group is coming up, and they are doing insight.
All right.
Okay, 12. Something seems off about them. You can't be sure what. They're not walking with that trained like lifetime of living in a dangerous area, that same confidence that the other lizard folk you encountered seem to have, and the other ones were fairly, like you are. They seem to move with stealthily intentions more often than not, while these are just kind of
Lumbering
plodding
through.
along. Yeah, and they've got, like, some of them are holding, like, the typical weapons you saw, like javelins, some spears, one of them has a big club, but there's only, like, 4 of them, but they are, just seem to be almost like in a daze as they're walking. But
Can I get back to the group before they get to them?
Yeah, you would be fast enough, because they're not, like, going full, walking speed.
All right, I try to get back to the group before they can, and when I do, I'm like, everybody, get down, hide in the bushes.
Why?
That's kind of hard. Big ass bell.
Yeah,
Wait,
you've got this sled that Iwane is dragging with this large size bell. I mean, it's.
I will cast minor silent image over the bell to be a tree. Oh god. Let me. Uh, 15-foot cube.
Oh yeah, that would be enough.
Cool.
Yeah,
just sit it off to the side by a tree. What's coming?
And
kind of hard to.
Since you have the best passive, you do start hearing what sounds like footsteps. They are getting closer. You still have a few seconds left, but
Kind of hard to explain. Let's just hide now. You'll hopefully see what I mean when it passes by.
Okay. She puts the illusion over the bell. If Ioane puts it by a tree, does he?
Yeah.
Okay, she'll hide in the illusion because she is not good at stealth.
I will also hide in the illusion if that's available to me because I'm bad at it too.
Same.
You two could hide. There probably wouldn't be much room.
Okay.
For anyone. I mean, you could try. I mean, you could try to hide behind it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, inside it. So, Kurono and Kurono and Ryan,
Ryan.
you would have advantage.
Okay.
That didn't help me.
16. All right. Here, let me poke you. 3.
So 13.
Yeah.
Okay. The stealthiest one is... Oh, and Ryoko, just reroll since you're in a new spot.
Oh yeah.
The stealthiest one is the giant 7-foot-tall man.
8 foot tall.
Hey,
Wait,
you
is
know
he
what?
7 or 8 foot?
Wait, let's see how... Now Ryoko just beats them.
So let's see. Okay, so
We can see
Ryoko's-
outside of the illusion because we know it's not real.
yeah, it's kind of like looking through. You like when you hold up a sheet up against the window, you can sort of see through it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. You can tell there's the illusion, but you're still able to see through it. But the Ryoko's urging, and Iwade pulling the bell off to the side. It's not a road, but you tuck it between some trees, and you make it look like another tree had fallen over a long time ago, like in between them. And everyone crowds around, and it doesn't take long, not even a minute later, before you see what Ryoko saw as this group of 4 lizard folk just go plodding along kind of in a loose group as they're just staring vacantly into the distance, just no words, just walking, shuffling along.
She whispers to Chrono, "Why are we hiding from the lizard folk?"
Look at them, there's something wrong.
As they pass, can I pop Divine Sense just to look them over?
What does Divine Sense detect again?
Uh,
Celestial Fiend and Undead?
I think so.
Someone could also do an insight.
I just yeet that out there.
I would look at
Yes,
them
that's
magically, but I'm holding concentration on this illusion.
Yeah, no Celestial Fiend or Undead vibe to him.
Okay.
Hmm.
They're probably having a dream and being kidnapped by the thing in the
Yeah.
ocean.
Could inciting them do anything?
Yeah, go for it. But everyone else
I'm
do
not
an
good at
insight.
it. Oh my god, soft 20.
I have insight. I'll roll it for kicks and giggles.
I do have a fairly good insight. Watch me roll like shit.
Callie, you jinxed yourself.
Corono, you are distracted by this delicious plump frog that you see perched on the log next to you. It's just sitting there.
Well,
It's like back is turned to you.
Rayon is really, really focused on that fucking lizard folk, so she's
Yeah.
gonna shove that son of a bitch in her mouth.
Yeah,
Hold on, I want to see if I see.
You're looking at the
You're
lizard
too
folk.
focused.
Yeah, I am.
Yep.
I am.
So as you hear this like, but you're too focused on the lizard folk as you realize you're pretty sure Amon is right. Sense
okay.
that these lizard folk are trapped in a dream.
I will also.
You're not sure why.
In that
Yeah,
case,
Amon, that's the vibe you got too. This looks like someone who. These look like people who are like charmed or something.
Yeah,
in that case,
I was just going to point out, I didn't go in the stealth cover. I forgot to mention that, so I am just kind of out with my 7 stealth, just kind of like staring.
Well, see, that was, yeah. Well, that beat me to it because, yeah, I was gonna say the even with their passive 13 perception, the group you were the one that was the lowest. So there is a moment where they kind of all, like one of them turns its head and just looks right at you and stops, and almost in unison the other three stop and stare at you with these just like half-lidded eyes.
Behind
Hello there.
them, like, oh, how? Oh, no, I can't. This is only 10 feet. Never mind. With my insight, does it look like they're about
A
to be
javelin. Well,
Ah,
a
shit.
javelin goes thudding into the tree next to you as one threw it at as soon as you went high there. As the others, one picks up its heavy club and the other one like steps forward with the spiked shield and
Okay.
initiative, please, everybody.
There's
let
Is
me
there a
hold on
map, or are we
before
just
you
going
wait.
theater of the mind?
Yeah, no, don't wait, don't. Yeah, I
There's
forgot
a-
about this. Let's just go to the default jungle map.
There's a deep
Okay.
gulping noise behind you, and Kirono goes, "We'll try to knock them out."
Okay, we were by a tree hiding in the illusion. So
Maybe, like over here, maybe.
Yeah, these are like
yeah.
here. Yeah, they'd be staring at you. Come on, you'd probably be like here, maybe.
Yes, that works.
So, just gonna roll.
Okay.
Let's see if I can roll all of their initiative.
Oh
Nope.
damn.
That didn't
They
work.
rolled good though. Oh man, I'm not okay. I'm gonna. Oh god. 7. I knew that was gonna happen. 8. Oh man, I'm fucking dead last. I didn't get to put my armor on. Shit.
I'm having a hard time with my thing. Can you put my token down?
Yeah. A5G. Scroll. Want me to roll initiative too?
Yes, please. Roll 20's doing that thing.
Would you have? And I know. Would you have advantage being a barbarian?
I don't think at this level, no.
Okay.
9. I
I
got
was thinking of
20.
dangerous sense, but that's yeah. Okay. So
Just say, well, my list is 9. I rolled a 20.
what?
I
Oh,
rolled a 20.
that's
but
because
on the-
I accidentally had you selected instead of Juane's token. So you can rewrite that.
Can't.
Click
really.
on the number and you can.
We can't do
I
that.
can't.
You
Oh,
can't?
shit, I can.
Oh, I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Yeah, you
weird.
can click
Oh,
on your own
you can only
initiative
do your
count
own.
too. Yeah.
I did not know that. Holy shit.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
Now I don't
like-
have to bug the DM.
Like so like if like this thing like Corona and the Lizard Folk, Corona, you have a dexterity bonus better than a 0.
Yes, I do.
Then you'll be going before that Lizard Folk, so just like you can put like 18.5 or whatever. Roll 20 tricks.
Make this fucking platform actually work.
Okay, so let me just reroll Ioane.
13.
Jet 9.
Oh wait, 9.
Okay.
I'm still dead last. God damn it, Brad.
So Amon. Let's see, I think that's everybody. Yeah. So Amon, you just had a javelin whipped at you, and it just goes like misses you and thuds into a fallen log nearby.
And Draconica goes, well, that's rude of you. Somebody ought to teach you
There's-
some manners, you sleepwalking people.
Yeah, there's like no reaction to any words or anything.
Oh yeah, he's kind of aware. So Amon's just gonna rush up to the first person, whipping out the short sword or the long sword. I have the long sword, one-handed though,
That hits.
and I am doing non-lethal damage for the record.
Okay. Yeah, that was a beefy hit. Okay, let me. Hold on, I need to make a roll.
And then
Okay. Anything
I
else
have
for your turn?
I have extra attacks, so I'm going to stab him again.
That one misses.
Okay.
Okay, but as you slash at that one, how do you hit it? Are you hitting it with like the flat of the blade?
Yeah, kind of like with the flat of the blade, enough to do more like knocking him back and trying to get him to wake up. So giving it just enough sting to be like, ouch, what the fuck? And not, I'm dying in my sleep.
Okay, so you slap that one with the flat of your blade, and it's almost like, yeah, like you just slapped somebody awake. They kind of stagger back, shaking their head, and they spit out one of their teeth because you kind of slapped them in the side of the face. But, lizard folk, losing a tooth isn't that big of a deal. But they're like, where am I? What? Who? Anything else for your turn?
I'll look at this guy who just woke up and be like, hey, you're
You
sleepwalking.
hear this in Sensorian. They just.
And sorry, and he replies, hey, found you and your buddies walking in the woods. We should make sure they wake up.
And they kind of turn around. They glance at you and then turn around and see how dazed their tribe mates are, and they're like, they mutter in sorry. It's like only you hear them. Well, you're the only one close enough to hear it. They're like, they've been taken by the eyes, and you see them pick up their club.
If you smack them hard enough, they'll wake up. That's how you're awake.
And they give a nod. Unless you wanted to move.
Nope.
Quietly,
I
it's your
am
turn.
perfectly comfortable where I am.
You saw this lizard folk just seem to wake up after Amon gave a very loud smack to it.
Gotta go 30 feet to that position, and then bonus action flappity flap between those two. And I can swing the Everglacier Morningstar non-lethal, can I not?
Yeah, you could use the bone butt of it.
Yeah. That, and I'll
It's
say
kind
something
of hard
like,
to swing something spiked non-lethally, but it is a pretty heavy handle. So.
basically focusing like sweeping the legs or, knocking them down. So the bulk of the momentum is going into the sweep rather than the smash. Okay. Going with North Boy. Normal roll. Nope, never mind.
Nope.
Same boy.
That one hits.
Ooh.
Okay.
Again, just kind of like
make a roll.
The shaft of the weapon cracks into their thigh and sweeps them off.
Okay. So you did you smack them, non-lethally, but unlike this other one, this one seems still enthralled as they stagger back from the blow, but still raise up the spiked shield they have.
Well, that's all I got.
Okay. Kiroto.
She's gonna notice that even despite being smacked, this one isn't woken up, so she's gonna get here, which is good because it's as close as she can get. And gonna hit him with the pike. but I'm not gonna like I'm turning it so it's
Smack
gonna
him with the
smack
butt
him.
of it.
Yeah.
That's their armor class.
Okay. Wow.
2. Okay. Oh yeah, because that's just strength. That is a... Wow. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, I have the pike to keep things away from me, but you know, she's not good at it.
Yeah, this time. Yeah, this time. Because it turned around to face Quiet Hearts, since they were the last one to hit it, or the one to come up and hit it. It doesn't see you as you come up and basically just bonk it right on the head. And almost comically, it seems to shake its head and then look at you with like this glare of just like, hey, and then confusion just surrounds it as it looks around in confusion. And the other awoken lizard folk goes, the eyes try to take us, take the others, and it looks to the other two, and it's just like, oh.
Ah, fuck.
Anything else?
Nope. Just gonna like. I used all my movements, so she's gonna look at the other two, and like shout to see if she can wake them up, but I doubt that's gonna work.
Unfortunately, it seems to fall on deaf ear holes.
Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work.
So, this lizard folk is actually going to go up to you, Amon. Just first a bite. Oops.
Hello.
Hold on. Make this public.
Yeah, that
Oh
doesn't
my
hit.
god.
It's funny though,
That
because the
one's
one
not-
that I accidentally whispered to myself was a 22 to hit. Same damage, but I didn't have that public, so it doesn't count. But it is going to try to shield bash you. Damn.
And I'm just like ducking, like, you're not a good sleep fighter. 2 out of 10.
Okay, Ryoko.
I'm
PT.
thinking.
Oh.
Well, we're in the shit. I'm gonna attack this guy to the left of Amon. Now,
I'm trying
Since
to
I'm-
remember.
since I'm stealth, doesn't that give me a little bit of
Yeah,
a little
actually, yeah.
advantage? Doesn't that give me
Yeah,
a
you
little
would have
advantage?
It would.
Yeah, and also pretty sure that since I've got assassinate,
Sneak attack.
I have advantage on attack rolls against any creature hasn't taken a turn in combat. Yeah, in addition if you hit a score.
No, that
Excuse-
one
well, that's
just
sorry.
moved.
That's sorry. So yeah, I still get
That's-
sneak attack though, so that's pretty great. Let's
The one
let's roll that
that's
beautiful.
South of Quiet Hearts hasn't moved. So 19 does
It's
it.
4d6. Just
Oh,
15 damage.
15 damage.
You going
Okay.
non-lethally?
Can't
I don't
do that
really
with a
have
drawn
not.
weapon
I'm an
loaded.
assassin. I don't really have
Good
non-lethal skills.
But as the shuriken lodges into its thigh, it kind of like falls down to its knee as its leg gives out, as it gives this bark of pain. That's, well, not bark, more of a grunt, as it does suddenly seem to be shocked into awakening, and it's just like grabbing at its leg that's suddenly bleeding. Because, you know, it like goes to grab the shuriken and it just puffs into smoke, and then it's just this open wound. Because that was a nasty hit.
Probably slice some arteries.
Yeah.
That's my turn. Can I re-stealth?
Yeah, with your bonus action.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna re-stealth.
Go ahead. Okay. Now you would, you would probably have to reposition yourself, but yeah, just you can just move yourself a little bit, just because it's like if you throw something, you're hiding behind Rand.
Oh my god.
It's just like with a rogue, it's like you can still stealth, but it's usually if you reposition yourself, because if you're throwing knives from the same hiding place, eventually
gonna
they're
be
gonna figure out
noticeable.
you're in there. Yeah. Okay, so that lizard folk is awake, so looking around, kind of off put by the two of you surrounding it, but then seeing or hearing its friend, it is going to risk an attack of opportunity from you, Kurono, as it goes to.
Well, that one
Bonk.
woke up, so.
Yeah. It's going after the still sleeping one for 8 damage.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't get an attack of opportunity from me because he's awake.
He's an ally now.
That's why I was confused.
And that one's still enthralled, so it is going to try bite. Nope. So it seems the only one still enthralled is this one. Wait, no. Yeah, it would be this one. And it is going to try to take a swing at Quiet Hearts. 19.
Yep.
I realize I keep doing 2 GM, so this is boring. Sorry.
That's all
You're good.
4 damage.
What was it?
Bludgeoning damage as it tries to hit you with this club and it just kind of clips you.
How much did you say? You cut out for a
4.
second.
4.
Okay.
4 bludgeoning. And then it's going to try to take a chomp at you.
Yeah.
That's its turn. Guane.
Cool.
Yeah, the only one that still seems to be aggressive is the one that just took a swing and bite at Guane. I mean, Quiet Hearts.
Is it this one?
Yeah, it's
If
the
it's
one
showing up.
pinched between Quiet Hearts and the other lizard folk.
Could you move me towards them then? Cause roll 20.
Yep. Let's see. Didn't move. Yeah, you have a barbarian speed, so you can get right up against it. And do you just want to punch it?
Yep.
Oh, there it goes. Yep, that hits.
Pounds.
3, 2, 1, go! Punch! Punch! Falcon! Punch!
Okay, let's see. This thing seems to be deep in whatever trance it is as it just as it weathers up. You have another punch if you want to go for it.
Yes, I do.
Ooh. Oh, you're a barbarian. You get extra crit dice.
Ooh.
I don't think I'm high enough level to do that.
Is?
To get brutal crit.
Yeah, that might be level 8? No, 9.
That was pretty soon.
But that was a pretty good hit.
Oh,
Dang.
yeah, level 9.
Were they still fucking entranced?
Well, let me make a roll for that one.
Is he still entranced?
That one, no. Well, let's see.
Okay.
You punch it once, and it just still looks at you in this vacant way, and then you punch it again, as it falls back and it's just like on the ground, just holding its face, like, oh, ow.
Yep, they're all
So
alive.
that one worked.
Sorry,
First roll.
I had to punch the demon out of you.
That's how
So
demons work.
combat has ended because the four are now no longer enthralled, having literally been
Yeah.
beaten into consciousness.
Usually it's the opposite.
The one who got a shuriken in his thigh is going to get, like, I don't know, 5 HP back to close that wound and have him not bleed out.
Yeah, it's definitely enough to close the wound.
Yeah.
So they kind of gather themselves up. Tensions are over. Rain, you can emerge from the illusion, but they just kind of start picking themselves up. The one you heal, Quiet Hearts, gives an appreciative nod and says something in Saurian that you don't understand, but Amon, you can translate as saying thank you.
Brine
And
peeks out
actually,
the illusion.
they start. One of them in common goes, "Thank you. That it seemed the eyes were taking us."
Did the eyes? Were they saying something?
They look over to you, emerging from this log,
Tree?
and they're like, blink.
Oh,
And
sorry.
they go,
It's an illusion.
"Oh." There's like this, like, "Oh, okay," like nodding of understanding. It's like, "Oh, okay, she's not incorporeal." And they go, "I don't recall words, just eyes always staring through me, into me." And the others kind of give nods.
Oh.
It was just darkness and the eyes and crushing.
Okay. Are you all right now?
And like they kind of like glance at each other. Like one of them's feel like actually two of them are feeling where like they lost teeth from this, especially the one Yoade introduced his fist to.
I was about to say, it'd be so fucking weird to like punch a man into like double unconsciousness.
And
You were asleep, and now you're just in a coma.
So they go, and they like kind of check themselves over. And it goes, and then one of them just kind of grimaces as they hold their stomach. Goes, "It feels like I haven't eaten or drinking anything for days."
Days?
And the others kind of think about it like, "Oh, yeah, starving."
She rushes over, and she pulls out some orbs of nourishment.
And look at them suspiciously. Not like suspiciously, just like, what are those? Kind of like,
They're
what do you expect me to do with this?
they're food. They're little magic orb. Have you ever had good berries before?
Persuasion check with advantage because they are grateful at being freed.
Yeah.
So having a Tideborn come up to you and be like, "Here, eat this."
Here,
I have a +4.
One of them, they kind of like glance at each other skeptically, but one of them just is like, "Fine, if you insist," just kind of like as if to appease you, reaches out, plucks one up, squishes it a little bit. It's like, pops it in their mouth, and then it's just like, oh,
See?
it feels good. And they say in sorry and like about you understand it. They're like, the strange tideborn is correct. It's magically filling.
Yes.
And
Strange
Magically
tideborn.
delicious.
and they will take a beat each. And
Okay, so it's 4 of them, so you take away 4. Excellent. She feeds them all.
yeah, and they seem thankful for that. But I mean, they just seem thankful all around for freeing them from whatever was enthralling them. And then eventually one of them looks over to where the bell is, and it goes, "Is that the bell? I thought the Anzu took it."
Yes.
No, we took it back.
And we took the Anzu out.
This gets some this definitely gains all their attention as they just kind of look at y'all skeptically. It goes, "You mean
I
it's
reach
dead?"
into the bag. I pull out another bloody hunk of
Jeez.
Banzu, and I hold it forth. I'm like, "Is this enough?"
They
don't
kind of
know.
glance at it and goes, "That is strange meats."
She's gonna.
I have
the feathers.
arrows.
There's also.
Oh, right.
The fact
Totally.
that they have a
Feathers.
big egg.
Oh, yeah, the eggs there.
Yeah, Brine has dropped the illusion, so they should be able to see the egg.
Yeah, it's a little it is bundled up with the sail inside the thing, but they do
Rain
notice
uses
it,
Mage
and-
Hand. Rain uses Mage Hand to just lift the cloth up just enough so they can see the egg underneath.
Oh, that definitely gains their immediate attention as they start you're just suddenly becoming you're just all of a sudden really impressing them as they're just none of them had any personal possessions on them besides the weapons they carried, no necklaces or bands or anything. And they see once they realize that, they kind of seem one of them seems disappointed as they see the feathers. They're like, "I remember years ago going up to gather my own feathers, and because I never thought something would be able to kill it."
Well,
But this is good news. And they all seem to be energized by this even more, and they're like,
yeah,
We're-
we were on your way back to your village, and we ran into you guys kind of tromping through the woods.
"Well, this is fate then. We should
Head
all
back
return
together?
to the village." The chieftain would want to speak with you all. And they kind of one of them pipes up and goes, I want to know how long I've been gone." And they start talking to each other, and start comparing dates of when they, and one of them goes, one of them points to the other, goes, "You disappeared 3 weeks ago," and then another one goes, "But you disappeared last week from my point of view." And they start comparing it, and it seems they were all taken at different times.
Rain looks to the others.
And
Why
if anyone wants to do a medicine check,
I will guidance somebody.
I do not have it as a trained skill, but I have a 2 in wisdom.
I have
Hey,
4
hey.
in wisdom. It's not trained.
Yeah, I slap you.
If anybody's trained in it and better, then I'll let them do it. But I have a 4 in it.
You go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Am I getting aid?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Oh God.
I didn't really need it, but as you start hearing this and hearing how they seem to be just ravenous, you start looking at them over and realize that they're all showing signs of like malnourishment, dehydration. It looks like they were just like getting enough just to survive.
Ugh.
I think they've been asleep for a longer time than. Don't they
Why would they
usually
just-
all go into the water?
People didn't really know what they did after they were taken.
Well, it looks like they've just been wandering around, not eating enough.
Why though? Taking control of them, why would it just have them wander?
She's gonna
Or
look.
it's
She's gonna look at you straight in the face and go, "Sometimes things are cruel for no reason."
No, but like they're
Oh,
like things are
actually-
cruel, but like
Corona.
Hmm.
Corona.
Yeah.
With a crit on a medicine check as you're looking them over, you do realize that one of them has this kind of like raspy breathing. That's respiratory problems are not good for reptiles, but it seems like they have this like rasp to their breathing, and as you look them over, you have them open their mouth, and there's this weird gold discoloration on the roof of their mouth. Like, as if there's the skin itself is like this weird golden hue. It's just you're not sure how to explain it, but it definitely seems like not natural and possibly sickness related or like some kind of contamination.
hey,
Without like biopsying it or like cutting it out and taking a sample, you're not sure. But with that crit, you realize that there's some kind of contamination they've come in exposure with, because you've like with a crit 20 like that on medicine, you've seen discoloration sort of similar but not gold hued,
It's very strange.
and it's usually like if they had something in their bloodstream or like something got in them.
Do you feel ill, like other than simply being coming out of whatever that
hurts
was?
a bit to breathe, but I don't remember it being like that before. I'm sore.
You have discoloration on the top of your mouth, like you have an illness.
Can I Arcana that?
Sure.
The gold in the mouth sounds specific. Okay, Arcana. Pop. 19 and
19.
Guidance. 23.
23. Okay, so you start flipping through the Chromaticon. Not sure why I went all mushmouth there for a second, but
Everybody.
yeah, I'm doing a lot of talking. That's what happens at the end. But anyways,
yeah.
So you're flipping through it, and it's just like you find this one entry where it almost is like it. It's one of the few times where you found like a written entry. It sounds like it almost seems like a medical journal entry that someone was keeping, and it says another case of gold lung. We have to do something about the Orem processing. We have to do something about the Orem processing. Techniques. Our workers we can't maintain our workers at this speed that we're losing them.
Oh.
And it says that signs of gold lung are, miners who work in Orem mines, because it mentions that the noxious vapors that are commonly associated with Orem mines, if they aren't wearing proper ventilation or proper airflow, it gets into the lungs and the bloodstream, and it's very nasty. It says early signs of of the disorder is discoloration of the mouth and like armpits, groin, like parts where the blood vessels are close to the surface.
Yeah, she like walks up to them. Can you lift your arm, please?
And they do, and there is like when you look through the scales, there is like a faint gold shimmer.
They have aurum
And-
poisoning. Like it's like this is was it gold lung disease?
Yeah, gold lung is what it was.
This is
Yeah, but you got
gold-
it. It's a type of aurum poisoning, but
Yeah. This is gold lung disease. This is miners of Aurum got this. Have you where did your village mine Aurum?
all the lizard folk look confused and goes, "No, we live off of the ocean."
I think something else is using them to mine Aurum.
Wasn't the thing in the water working with the demon, the Cambion? What, like, I feel like it could have. Where would they? Do you know where where Aurum is on the island?
If anyone wants to do an intelligence check, just to potentially remember some relevant intel. Anyone can make this if you want.
8.
Let's see how funny this is.
Actually, Ryoko,
Hey.
you would have advantage.
All right. Come on, load my damn sheet.
No.
Hey.
Oh, that's
shit,
an intelligence save.
That
Sorry.
doesn't save. You got
Oh, no, you're good.
yeah. Oh God! All right.
Well,
Bye.
Ryoko don't know
okay.
shit.
So, Ryoko, you're still a little off.
You know,
from
kind of not
earlier.
paying attention to the conversation, to be honest. Kind of
Yeah.
in a feelings mood.
Yeah.
But Amon, you remember that, and Corrado found Aurum ingots in the building of Gleaza, the Cambion. And
Yeah.
you found a Aurum ingot in the nest of the Anzu within that chest, that splintered chest, that was in that letter you found from Gleaza to someone named Grin. It was with a shipment sent from the island, and actually, you recall something in Gleaza's notes saying that they don't know where their partner is getting the Aurum, and they remark on its purity and wanting to find the source of it, but they don't want to jeopardize the flow of blood sacrifices that come with the Aurum shipments.
Mm-hmm.
So the partner of the Cambion has not recognized the Cambion is gone and is still mining Aurum for her project, which is now no longer operating.
The thing in the water is mining Aurum?
I don't know if this is the thing in the water.
Well, we were told that the thing in the water and the Cambion were working together.
I'm starting to wonder if the thing in the water is using the ocean as an scapegoat rather than a person. We have a name. What was the name again?
Gleaza was the name of the Cambion, and the letter of the shipment of magical gear and the Aurum ingot was to someone named Grin. It was
Yes.
just...
Gleaza the Cambion was getting shipments from a person named Grim. No.
No, other way around. She was sending something to Grin. The letter was like, Grin, here's the most recent shipment and something. I can't remember what I said, but it was a shipment from Gleaza to Grin that somehow the Anzu seemed to have gotten it, which seems weird because, as far as you know, people weren't able to escape the island.
Yes.
But I'll say with Amon, actually, with that intelligence, you would probably think that, maybe that boat sail that lets a ship go invisible for an hour, that might have been how. You get the feeling
There's
that
more-
maybe that sail was how they were shipping stuff off the island and avoiding its anger.
Yes. So the sail was
Until one time it didn't work.
the sail was how they used to get on and off the island, making the ship invisible until the ship was not invisible and the Anzu got them. But if the Anzu was getting them and they were sailing through the waters invisible, we didn't see any suggestions of the Songhai or the Marrow. Something more is afoot here. I will need to contemplate it.
Well, we need to get you back to your village so you can be treated.
Yes. This takes priority.
And they, a few of them were kind of looking around as this is going on, and one of them pipes up and goes, I believe I know where we are. We should be able to reach the village. And they kind of glance over at the bell and the sled, but they also glance at Yoane. Goes, they seem to be doing like mental math, and they're like, an hour after sunset, if we don't run into any trouble.
Why are they looking at me?
No, they were judging. It's like, well, they're like, it's like, okay, so from here, it was basically doing the mental math. It's like, all right, so we're here. It's this amount of time to get there normally. You got to drag this bell. That's going to take a while. Well, this guy's big, so he might actually knock time back off. Yeah, about this time.
The guy who got fucking decked in the face is like, yeah, you can do it.
Uh-huh. But yeah, they with a little bit of, mental math, they're like, yeah, shouldn't be rest of the day, but it won't be, you won't have to camp, they think, unless, you run into something, but we'll see. So, actually, y'all go back, you're all heading back up? Okay. Let's move back to the island map. Did we do something, or did it just beep at me? Okay. It just randomly makes random noises at me, so it's just like, alright, what's going on?
I blame Ted.
Back to the island map. Yeah. And... Okay, so that shark video you posted a while back, it's just like, size difference between a 3mm and a 5 meter and a 3 and 5 meter. And my brain is like, between a 3 a.m. and a 5 a.m. shark, what's the difference between those hours? It took me a second before it's like, oh, that's measurement. I'm a lazy American.
Yeah, away we go.
But, yeah, so with the lizard folk guiding the way, let's just, who wants to do, no longer have to do a survival check, they're basically covering it since this is home turf territory for them, but still would like perception checks, 2 people or 1 person with advantage.
I can do perception check.
Yee. I'll
Yes.
give advantage.
Alright. Yay.
What do your many eyes see?
How much? 15.
Oh my god, 15 both ways.
Okay.
They are distracted because someone thanked them. They are happy.
So, you're all going along, and I say that a lot, I realized, but continuing along, following these newly freed lizard folk, kind of tracing the path that they seem to have taken. You all managed to, at their guidance, seem to cut off a lot of time because they know, it seems like, every little secret about moving through this jungle that they've lived on their whole lives, and you even managed to like they point out this one area. They're like, oh, don't go that way, and like they actually stop the group and they're like, okay, this is a little bit different. We need to circumvent this spot, and they start going. And if anyone asks, like, oh, you see those flowers?
Yeah.
And there's like some vines, like there's vines all over this jungle. You know, that's just the point, and just the thing of being in jungles. Like there were a ton in the swamps too, but you see these vines that are lazily draped across some of the branches and stuff, and dark green vine with this like red, this actually kind of pretty little red flowers that bloom in clusters along it, and they say assassin vines, don't touch.
What? But they're pretty.
They will strangle you and then feed on your blood. That is why they're and it goes, that is why the stories say their flowers and thorns are red. And like look, yeah, there are these like wicked long thorns that are just this blood red, the same color as the flowers. And like now that it's pointed out, you actually see at the base of one of these trees where there's a lot of these vines, you see a little bit of a shifting as you realize these vines are just encasing and squeezing what might have been like a boar.
Ooh.
Same one you saw earlier, but it's just like, it looks like a big mass of snakes with flowers almost. But
Brine has this face.
DZ, that is both fascinating and terrifying.
A Witch's Valley mystery.
Yeah, sent me a tweet. Man finds thousands of scorpions in abandoned house, and it's literally just a picture of a floor, and it's just wall-to-wall scorpions.
Jesus.
They say abandoned, but that looks pretty occupied to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their house now.
That, yeah. But anyway, so you managed to avoid the assassin vine encounter thanks to your friends, but with their help, it's not too much of a detour. And I just realized something, Quiet Hearts.
Huh?
You rolled persuasion.
Did?
Did.
It's okay.
Okay.
That's much better.
Okay.
I will persuade the darkness to come out.
You persuaded it to not look at you.
Can I, like, perceive that they are lying to me?
So let's see. Yeah, you're continuing along, and hold on. Okay. Yeah, Quiet Hearts. As the group is continuing along, it's just jungle after jungle. It's just an endless parade of greens and vibrant colors of, be it flowers or, birds, and good amount of colorful frogs too here and there. But there's a moment where you're like, wait, that's out of place, as you stop and look, and it seems to be like maybe a half fallen wall, like stone wall. that's like 50 feet off of the path that you're following with the lizard folk. It's just like tucked away, and you really only notice it because like a little beam of sunlight came through and hit the oddly different color. It's like the gray compared to the green of everything.
Interesting. Well, they're going to point out they're just pointing, goes, there's a stone wall over there?
The lizard folks stop and kind of glance over and goes, "Ah, might be what one of the Empire's buildings."
We can look at that later. I'd like to stop walking eventually.
Yeah, you've been walking for all day, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're up on a mountain. And so if you don't want to check it out, you can all continue.
Oh, well. How late is it?
It's getting closer to sunset. You've still got another hour or two. 2
I
or
will
3 hours.
activate my magic eyes.
Yeah, it's too far to detect anything with the tech magic.
I will
You're
get
still on the.
closer.
So the group's going to go investigate it.
Right, at
Or-
least, isn't it? Fucking.
I'll
Rand's
make
gonna
sure-
go investigate it.
Yeah.
I'll go
yeah,
make
please.
sure Rain doesn't go die.
Gotta go
Again.
with, because pointed it out.
I
I'm
appreciate
fine.
it because the last time Rain and I walked away from the group, we got attacked by a bird.
I mean, the last time Quitehouse and Ryan were together, they opened the sarcophagus and everyone got their ass kicked.
So yeah, so you're sure you guys? wanna
The way
follow
I
me?
remember that is that I got a cool dog, but okay.
The way I remember that was I got my nose broken. Yeah. So you sure you guys want to follow her?
Yes, because
Yeah.
if we leave you alone, you'll have to make a new character.
I'm watching over the egg.
I might as
She's
well go with
fine.
you and try to like mitigate the fallout that's gonna happen.
Wow. You don't even...
I'm
I
not
can't
gonna-
even
I'm-
tell you you're wrong.
I'm not gonna leave the three of you alone. The three of you touch things.
Well, I guess I'll be here pulling the cart.
I'll help
The
you.
lizard folk are gonna stay too.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna go check this out.
Yes.
Okay.
I
It's
don't
not
need
far off the
help.
road.
It's the wall.
And yeah, it looks to be a wall when you get up to it. It looks like you circle around it and you see a few more stacked stones, what might have been an adjoining wall, but it's just seems like most of what was here has been absorbed by the jungle. Although, roll an investigation.
Aha, can someone aid me?
Yes,
Please?
we'll give you a.
Whoever went could, whoever
Oh,
wants
God.
went.
19. And I might as well.
Do I want to investigate when I have a 1 in investigate? No.
I got a 22. You're and you got a 4. You can't hurt, Callie.
It can. It can.
All right, fair enough.
It can. It was very close to a 1.
If I find anything,
It was very close to a 1.
Okay. So you're looking through it and you realize that this might have been like just going off of just like the bare minimum. This might have been like an outpost, maybe. Maybe. Like it's been here so long that it's really just 2 conjoining walls and not much else. But you like are looking around and nothing glows magically besides whatever your friends are carrying, and but you like scrape away some of the creeping moss, and you realize that there's like floor here. You pull some up, and there's like a flagstone or like a tile that kind of lifts up when you lift up some of the creeping moss and vines that are on the ground, and it lifts up, and there's like a little depression underneath, and you reach in and pull out what looks to be like a small, mostly rotten wooden box.
I found a box.
Hmm.
I open it.
Yeah, inside it, there's like do a Constitution save
Oh my god!
as this puff of mold just
24.
Okay, you're fine. It was just a little bit of mold puff, and you managed to, like, you do this little.
Blows into her face. She blinks and otherwise doesn't react.
Yeah. There wasn't anything dangerous, and it was just I wanted to make it roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just this water damaged wooden box that looks like it might have been stuffed here when whatever this building was in use, and you find a. It's like you find a. You have to polish it off because it's very grimy, but you find a. What would it be? Hold on. Oh, it's like it's an amethyst that's carved to look like a what was it? Sorry, I had my notes up just a second ago, but then I lost it again. Oh yeah, it's an amethyst quartz about only like 4 inches tall that has been carved to look like a squatting little like imp with this like sneering face that's like making a rude gesture, but it's just like really exquisite looking amethyst. But it's just like it's a shame that it's this little gremlin, and then there's like another ring. There's like an iron ring that's severely rusted. Pull it out. It is the same icon that you saw on the ring of Gleaza and on the necklace or the collar of the polar bear, the symbol of the Ruby Empress.
Oh. Huh.
So you get the feeling that this might have been a Ruby Empire building rather than a Marician Empire. Because technically, there's been 2 empires that have occupied this island in the past.
Okay. Huh. It's a shame this one's so ugly. Because the stone is very pretty.
That's a funky looking souvenir if I've ever seen one.
Can
I like the box.
Can I burn another divine sense to look over these items, see if there's anything hinky about them?
I have my magic eye on, Raven.
Yeah, this is different than magic.
Fair enough.
Yeah, divine sense. There is a faintly fiendish presence to them both, but it's like it's not like they themselves are, but more like these were in contact with something fiendish for a very long time, but now it's just like a lingering stink, basically. Oh, actually, I will BRB. I will be back in just a second. I'm still listening. I'm just going to mute myself.
All right. Okay. But yeah, they just kind of look over them, tilt the head and go, and say, there's a very, very faint fiendish presence. Not that there's anything there, but they were in contact with something fiendish for a very long time.
That makes sense. This is carved like an imp, and this has the symbol of the Queen of the Ruby the symbol of the Ruby Empire. Ruby Empress. That. The sigil on the ring is from the Ruby Empress. And this is an imp. Her face goes flat, making a rude gesture.
I think it's rather funny.
I don't. Maybe I can get it carved into something else. Or someone might like it. Frowns. Yep, I wouldn't.
I don't know. She might appreciate its
I found it
devil
enough
may
to
care
like it.
charm. I don't think she'll care that you found it.
I have
It's
found her pretty
neat.
badly.
Yeah. You pushed on a boundary that you probably shouldn't have been pushed on. Part of it was unknown. It happens.
But talking to people's hard.
Why do you think I
Yep.
don't do it?
Mood.
She tucks the stuff back into the box. I want to save this. I want to get it cleaned and fixed up. I said meaning to somebody once, even if that somebody wasn't good.
A lot of
It
things
is-
have a lot of meanings.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Is there meaning to that beyond what you said?
Mm.
How do you said it? How do you not know?
I'm just a little guy.
I'm just a little creature.
I'm just a normal man.
Just
I'm
a
just
man.
a man.
Just normal men. But just innocent men.
You wouldn't hurt me. I'm just a little birthday guy.
Hey, it's my birthday.
Can I have a second of privacy while we're here? I'm just gonna go on the other side of the wall.
If you get eaten by something, I swear.
I'm putting the shirt on.
If you get eaten by something, I swear.
I'm just putting the shirt on. I don't want anyone to
I was
see.
listening.
Okay. She's vaguely pink.
Beware the hookers.
What?
I almost forgot about that. The hook call, the hook
Yeah.
callers, remember?
Don't wander off and get eaten, right? And we know they're still out there.
You know, them hookers will get you when your clothes are gone.
Fucking hookers.
Guys, like,
Oh my
guys,
god.
my skin has been itching, and I want to clean it off. She itches off some more flakes of skin.
Alright. We'll go. We'll
Just
let you
be
go
around.
around. Just scream real loud if something happens.
All right. Oh, yeah, I can do that. She goes around to the other side of the wall where she's not visible. Just has a look around to make sure no one is in the woods looking at her.
I can't wait for the frog man to be on a branch just staring
Yeah.
at you.
That is what I imagined. Can I roll a perception and make sure?
I wonder what happened to the frogman.
Sure.
Like, he just properly fucked off.
Sarah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the frog man.
11.
Don't talk to me about frogs.
Okay. You know, the only thing that is around on your side of the wall is like, you know, wildlife.
Okay.
Nothing too noticeable. Like, there's some birds, some bugs.
Okay.
Can I roll a perception for the frogman on the other side of the wall?
Sure.
I wish to see the frogman. He is my favorite boy.
You don't see a frog man, but you do see a frog sitting on top of the wall, kind of facing you. Not in like staring at you, but just kind of like chilling on top of the wall.
Carano.
You-
Carano.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Is there a
Like
frog
frogs.
over there?
People
You hear it above you.
I look up above.
People-
You see the frog float up off the top as she mage hand picks it up.
I
and
thought
pulls
you
it
were
up.
around the corner.
No, it's like this is on top of the wall that they're both on other sides of.
Yeah, yeah. You just see the frog float up and move to the other side where she is.
And that's when a different, unrelated bird snatches it up as it's floating into the air.
do a charisma check since it's your spellcasting modifier.
Okay. 19.
Because knowing, okay, yeah,
She's saving it from
you're
the
able
hungry
to.
one.
Unlike normal frogs that will see a hand trying to grab it, this one didn't seem to notice the ghostly mage hand as it comes down and gives a indignant ribbit and squirm as it's just suddenly scooped up.
Yeah, the tentacle that scoops it up.
Frog.
It's just like
Yeah,
this.
she brings it over to safety, puts it like towards like the forest and like nudges it a little bit.
Yeah, as soon as it's put down, it hops off an alarm because it just got picked up.
Yeah.
Oh, the frog's gone.
It's just a,
Yeah. After you hear like just for a minute,
Irritated
you hear her taking off her top and putting on the new shirt, and you hear, oh, that's weird. You hear like the sounds, more sounds of itching. Oh wait, I can just do this. Huh. I didn't realize I had these under here. I just realized what that sounds like. That's not what I meant.
I was trying not to laugh.
It's just stopped
Immediately
so
realized how that
frozen.
sounded.
It was like, has she been
It's
wearing
the two
same-
birds that are listening in. Oh wait, no, Quiet Hearts is there too.
Yeah.
They're there.
She like peeks out
Quiet-
from the side.
Quiet Hearts is honorary bird.
So they don't see anything weird with this line of questioning.
You peek out. You see, she peeks out from the side, and she holds out her arm, and she has red tattoos up her arm. I didn't know I had these under here.
What do those tattoos look like?
Tattoos.
Oddly, Corona, because
Yeah, here you go.
I don't know. I maybe just got a warning from a fucking cultist covered in
Yeah.
tattoos.
well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is yeah, they are actually fairly similar to Ventralk's designs that were engraved into his exoskeleton. Not quite the same pattern, but the same like style, I guess.
Oh no, they're like the crab mans.
You know,
Here, let me.
shoe bills make that horrible clacky noise with their beak. That's what Kurano is doing right now.
Is that like an annoyed growl?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing not safe for work in here, but she is essentially just wearing her top in this picture, so
Well, nobody's gonna see it.
that's true.
Oh yeah, great. Repost the Anzu noise.
All right. Hold on a second. Let me see where the fuck I put that.
She's had these
I know
from the
it's
beginning, but
further
I
up in the.
forgot to put them on, so I had to make them show up somehow.
And you made him show up in a very concerning way. Hey,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
remember having these tattoos that are under this layer of skin.
I had these.
Was that noise supposed to sound like a machine gun was going off?
Machine gun bird.
Yeah, because shoebills clatter their beaks, and it does sound like a machine gun. It's
What the
weird.
fuck, shoe bills?
Yeah, that's
You
what he
beautiful
said.
bastards.
They're the most
Also, their
terrifying,
beaks-
friendly bird.
When you make
Yeah,
that
their
noise,
beaks. Sorry, good.
no, you're good. When you
I was
make
just
that
gonna say,
noise,
shoe bill-
she...
Sorry.
No, you're fine. One of us has to go.
Continue.
When you make that noise,
Tangenting.
Yeah, when you make that noise of concern, she like looks at you like, why did you make that sound?
It's fun.
No, that wasn't a fun sound.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was a fun sound.
It's fun for me.
Look. You are clearly concerned seeing these.
Well, you didn't know you had tattoos. That's not usually a good sign of how you got the tattoos.
I suppose that's fair. She slowly goes back behind the wall and finishes getting redressed. Comes out from behind it. So they're not, her shoulders and arms are bare, so you can still see them.
I knew a guy that I worked with who, I don't know how much I believe this story, but he had like a, Kilroy peeking over the wall. He had that on like the back of his calf, and someone made a comment about that while working, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't remember getting that."
Yeah.
You drunk?
Apparently, Kilroy was here, and I didn't notice him. It's just like, that line is too good that I don't know if this is true or you just did that for that line.
Fair. I'm gonna show you Anna. He has tattoos.
He'll enjoy them.
She just looks between the three of them, looking like concerned at the way they're all just kind of looking at her, and speed walks past them all back towards the rest of the group.
Pupils dilated.
Pupils dilated? What?
That's it. He got really excited about that frog. He's still It's like when you get a cat in hunting mode and it doesn't go away for 10 minutes. That's just him on right now.
Oh no, he's gotta get the zoomies.
She comes back
Wait,
and you're
that's if someone casts haste on Amon. That's the zoomies.
She goes like mid-conversation between Ioane and Ryoko.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm enjoying their little conversation they've been having.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, turns out there was this, like, guy harassing a lady, and I kind of got in the middle of that. And, turns out he was, like, the son of a military officer.
oh, what a prick. Well, I mean, good on you for being chivalrous.
You see Ray and Rush speed walking back.
I might have kicked him in the ribs a little too hard.
Tattoos that she did not have when she walked back there.
Neat.
We found a secret tattoo parlor in the middle of the jungle.
You got magic tattoos too?
I guess. I found them under my skin.
Neat.
One of the lizard folk is like, normally when we shed our skins, tattoos and stuff are still there. They normally don't appear with the shed.
We should.
To be fair, and he pats her head, and he says this with the utmost affection. She's kind of weird.
Hey. we should.
There's
we should
just
get
like
moving.
understanding nods from the lizards.
Grumpy face. Let's go. Come on. I found a box. I'll show you later. Let's go.
Waiting for the others to show back up.
We're
I know,
right behind her.
Yeah.
It's like, like you say that, there's a mom.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
We can
They
get going.
both walk up. They both walk up and they both slurp down a frog leg each. It's like, we weren't doing anything.
Yeah, it's like,
God, you guys are
that she's
terrible.
out of sight.
Quiet Hearts is just like covering for us.
You guys are terrible.
No one asked them. No one asked them. They don't quite understand the significance of dog.
It's just
Alright,
tasty.
let's go. Ryan's like eager to get moving again now, concerned
Yeah,
about the fact
and
that
so are the lizard folk.
I've
I mean,
I've gotten a break now. I'm good to go.
I
Yeah,
I hang back to talk to the three that went with Ray, and I whisper, "Why the fuck did you give her tattoos?"
We didn't.
She went around a wall to change, and she came back with tattoos.
She's like, oh, I don't
Fucking
remember
teenagers.
having these.
Fucking teenagers.
Puberty is weird.
It sounded like she shed her skin.
It's a fucking weird way to get a tattoo, but
It is a weird way to get a tattoo.
Usually you have to pay for that kind of shit.
I mean, you're not wrong. I don't think Rain's part Hadrosaur, and it's definitely not Hadrosaur mating season, so I have no answer.
You know what? I just imagine it's just like, wow, she got hers a lot easier and faster than mine were.
it's a matter
Oh
of
man,
perspective.
I was out of commission for a while. That shit hurt.
Ryan is like at the very front now, like I'm actively trying to be a bit away from people.
Yeah, the one you be up with the one or two of the lizard folk as the others
Yeah.
are kind of scouting ahead. Well, they wouldn't be going too far ahead because they are like malnourished, even though they did get full bellies. They are still
Yeah.
weakened, so they're not going too far. But yeah, one of them would like walk with you and quiet.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh, I forgot what you meant by that, Callie. That's that's awful.
What chips?
Aww. So how much longer till we get to the village?
And the lizard folk points at ahead, and there's because the sun has pretty much fallen, and it's completely fallen. It goes, not long, and they point, and there you see what like carved into the side of a tree, some symbols in Saurian. Wouldn't be able to understand it, but Amon, it's basically like not like words or anything, but it's like saying home safety this way.
Understood. Mom keeps trekking forward.
Yeah.
We had to put a sign up
I was
for
just
you
saying.
dumbasses.
Hmm?
We had to put a sign up for you dumbasses. You couldn't just go towards the city. No.
Is there like a symbol you guys use for like peace, like safety, or like that you're coming home, or that we're not a threat or something?
Amon points.
She's asking the lizard folk.
They see
She's
us,
avoiding the rest of you currently.
they like either they see us first and judge us safe, or we call out and declare ourselves. Give us
But you don't have like a sign of peace or safety?
Generally, if you come back in one piece, that's a pretty good sign.
They kind of shake their head.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey,
No,
look,
it's okay.
human beings.
No, it's okay. I just didn't want to give your people like. I didn't want to make them jump, especially this late at night.
At least it wasn't a fucking disembodied pair of legs. This time.
Ugh. I'm sure they'll be glad. Oh yeah. So, what do they need to do about their gold lung? Is it just rest and staying away from it, or?
Yeah, they're from that little journal entry. It says that the best thing of it is rest and making sure they get out of the environment, because it's a cumulative effect. And eventually, it should cycle out of someone's system. There might be lingering side effects depending on how intense it is, but for the most part, beyond just like maybe their village doctor or medicine person, giving them basically like vitamin supplements, not or like purifying magics. There's not really much, especially since it seems to be at an earlier stage than
Okay.
what the journal entry seemed to be dealing with more often with whatever operation they were talking about.
Yeah, so I'll just tell them as they're getting closer, like, what they need to do. Just that they'll need to take it easy, see their local medicine person, rest, stay away from Aurum and anything related to it. It should cycle, it should cycle out of your system after a while, but you need to take care and rest.
They nod and they go, resting won't be a problem. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you guys are. Yeah.
But it eventually, Quiet Hearts or Kuroto, one of you two, since you're the most perceptive, eventually you do see what darkness has fallen, and it does get a little more difficult to march at night. This is one of the few times you've actually been marching out at night in the jungle. But with the lizard folks' guidance, you manage to eventually see as you kind of get to a rise as the ground sort of sloping down towards the coast. There's like this break in the trees, and you look down and you see what looks to be the distant lights of a village situated not far from the beach. And the lizard folk point and goes, "Ah, there it is, home."
Finally. She calls back to the
Like
rest of
you see what looks
alert.
to be like. No, I was just gonna say you see like distant lights, like cooking fires.
Okay, she calls back to the rest. We're almost there.
Yay!
Good. I can imagine
We
Ione
can
is
take out.
very happy to hear that.
You on it?
Oh, I'm getting tired.
We better fucking not.
What do we want? The girl we're fighting for!
Does this make Amon Mushu? Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your sea cow.
Is there any trouble as we get there?
No, actually, as you approach, there's a point where the lizard folk, they hold up their hands, just to get the group to stop, and they out something in Saurian, kind of like a call and answer sign, and even there's like this, someone barks out in Saurian from the shadows, and they answer, and tension leaves as seems some of the tribe come out, and they recognize the village, the people you helped rescue, and some of the point to your group, and they say, oh, these ones woke us up from the dreams, and they nod, and they like, oh, come, chieftain wants to speak to y'all. Utroth just arrived as well.
Okay.
And and they guide you into this village, and you approach it's like the edge of the jungle where the jungle starts to fall out into field before it meets to the beach. You see built into and among the trees at the edge of the line, you see this village surrounded by a wooden palisade of sharpened stakes, just kind of ringing this area. It looks like they've been there for a long time, but you see lizard folk moving about, and they kind of stop. There's torches and some lanterns. The village looks to be mostly homemade, well, homemade, but like locally made stuff. But you do see a good amount of salvaged shipwreck materials. You see what looks to be most of a longboat that's flipped upside down and on stilts to make sort of like a overhang where you see where the cooking's going on. And it's just these lizard folk kind of emerge and walk up and start welcoming back the rescued ones. And it doesn't take long before you recognize the tall form of Utroth, the lizard folk that the friend of Orovir, and comes forward and it goes, welcome friends. Welcome to the Moonscale's home.
We got the bell.
Excellent.
Hello?
And he yes. He goes excellent, and he waves to a few, and he goes. He waves, and some of the lizard folk walk forward to like help with it. You know, they look to you. You want like we can. They're like, we can take this.
Okay, cool.
And then, like they walk up to take the sled, and some of them look at the bell and see something's inside it, and they start tugging at this sail.
Oh, by the way, bird.
Bird?
Big bird.
The Anzu had an egg.
They pull away the right as you say that, they pull away the sail. I'm like, oh, and they call over Utrop, and he's just like, it had an egg. Oh.
Yep.
It was.
Mother must know this.
It had enough of its mind left to not want to damage its own egg.
So,
and he kind of frowns at that. He goes, maybe it killed its mate and its last young, but
it avoided it though. Anyway, yeah.
I think the magic people in the party said it was above board.
Yeah, it doesn't carry the chain of the primordial tide.
And with the lizards folk help, they start hauling it towards the center of the village where the upside down longhouse what do they call it when it's like open size and just something over top and ramada? Is that just what it's called?
Pavilion.
Sure.
Pavilion.
Oh, yeah.
Pavilion, yeah. It's like an impromptu narrow long pavilion where it's just like half of a sailing longboat that's just propped up on stilts. And that's where most of the gathering is. And they help, Amon or Ioane, they can take over pulling it. There's a lot of strong lizard folk here, but they are very careful about the egg once you point it out. And Utroth, as he's leading you, he goes, "Come, you must meet my mother, the chief."
Do I need to go?
She would want to meet all of you. Come, she's.
Oh, okay.
By the. And he goes, and he's like kind of talking to whoever's like, who's ever walking with him the closest. He goes, I had no luck hunting down the source of where the sleepers were went or came from, but
Oh,
maybe with these you rescued.
I think that we're at a Aurum mine.
Hmm.
The ones we saved, they have gold lung, which is poisoning from working in an Aurum mine.
Well, that would narrow things down, but for tonight, let's we can. That is yeah, sorry, he's not stumbling. I am.
You're okay. You're okay.
Oh, I just realized we're pretty much at time, but he goes. That is something to consider when we discuss. But for now, and you come up and he goes, allow me to introduce my mother's. Where is it? Sorry.
You're okay.
Oh yeah, and you see an older lizard folk come forward, kind of flanked by some others of the tribe, and much like Utroth, she has a large mantle of the royal purple Anzu feathers. And actually, let me just post her picture.
Yay.
She kind of steps forward with this staff, kind of leaning on it.
Ooh.
Same pale blue scales as the rest of the moon scale. And
Nice.
Yeah.
she's like, welcome to our home, friends of the moon scale.
Brine has got like both arms. You know, when you're like nervous and you've got your arms wrapped around themselves. Hi. I'm Ryan. This is Quiet Hearts.
I am Chiss.
They don't talk. They don't talk. Quiet Hearts doesn't talk very much.
My name is Courage May Blossom in Quiet Hearts.
Yes.
She
This
gives
is
Thank you for your welcome. My name is Corona.
I am Amon of. Why am I blanking on it? Of Amon of Gordinia. It was a pleasure to meet you.
This is. She like nudges Ioane.
Oh. Hello, I'm Luana.
And
she's giving.
I'm Ryoko Musashi. She looks very uncomfortable with being brought in to be honored for doing a thing.
And she gives a respectful nod to each person as you introduce yourselves, and she goes. She gestures over to the sled. Oh, the sled's been pulled over, and some of the lizard folk are starting to very carefully remove the bundled egg and kind of just put it. They kind of put it on the ground, still kind of in the bundled up sailcloth as sort of like a nest, and they kind of just set it there, and the bell right next to it, upright. And they go, "You have done much for our tribe. You've returned a valuable tool and brought a hope for a better future for the island, in addition to bringing home some of our lost children. You have our gratitudes."
We were just doing the right thing. And also, are trying to free ourselves from the island.
Understandable. It is not the best home for everyone as much as it is for us.
Ioane points a very thick finger towards our resident ninja.
Yeah, it was her bright idea to get the sled together. Otherwise, we might have had to leave the egg.
Yeah, no credit over here, thanks. I honestly only went on this whole quest to bilk the Prodon out of 50 gold.
And she goes, the only honor I would wish to bestow is who was the one who dealt the final blow to the great beast? Which was Ryoko.
Oh, shit! Hell, no one really knows who did that.
I think that's actually a good place to stop as the group all kind of turn to look at Ryoko.
Like reflexively.
No one knows. No one knows for sure.
But I think that's a good spot to leave, and we can pick up with the group interacting more with the tribe and Ryoko getting her reward.
Ah!